we woke, and at the same time sell us the dope that leads to heart failures and strokes. Where do we start? Do we believe what the elders wrote, or the ones who watch through a telescope? The Illuminati Cyclops, beast mark on every coast. The head of a cult, the devil goat that sits in a drum circle like a hippie, dressed like a gypsy. My best of rocking the nebula quotes is like Tesla notes. Now they got surveillance on Diddy. I'm a cross between Umar Johnson and Billy Carson. I told my grandmother that we are from where the stars from. I'm like Rod Hayes, but I'm Todd Wave with a blonde fade. Some days it'll be an orange braid, half shade. That's just his character. I made hair like lemonade. Both his parents come from Africa. Y'all know the prototype, it's the walking life. See, the sun is the source of light. They made my quartz bright as New York at night. They say when Walter Wright, he can steer Hathor to the boat of the moon. Into the cliff, sent to the glyphs to open the tombs. They say Killah flows is like pillar porticos that fulfill the scrolls made of silver and gold. The bars I laid is like sculpted on the architrave. I wrote it like an art display of gods and goddesses with darker shades. I wrote it in the chamber, glowing like the child that was golden in the manger. Only 3 kings knew he was growing to be the savior. Okay, back to rap more about Hathor, the cow-headed near the Nile desert. Under the white clouds, the native dancing in the powwow. He wore the head crown of owl feathers. As the clan went from loud records, and priests and Jizza wrote their signature down on Geffen. And hip-hop's are where I found the presence. The shepherds are coming down from Mount Everest, surrounded by peasants. With unclean skin disease, they called them leopard. I pointed a finger up and moved it around till I found the nebula. I told them I walked through Babylon, Persia, and Mecca. I talked to bees out their nectar, kings out their treasure. I've been counting ever since I've been walking. I started from forever. I've been writing on steelies inside of caverns where it's misty. Dealt tarot cards to the hands of time. Closed my eyes while the mouth of a cave kissed me. I gave the walls history. Y'all enslaved us all misery. That's why I shaved it off and came back bald, a mystery. I wrote it all on big slabs of lapis, lazuli, channel vibes to the candle fire. 12 candlesticks sits on amethyst. I write my scrolls on the clove of a rose. You see them when they unfold, the untold secret me and the queen bee hold. So when they make the pollen bin, I can communicate with the insect world like King Solomon. I mean solar gems, most wrote of him.
Then I went rogue on them, those who stole my pen. Then I went ice cold as wind. Geminis we roll as twins. When we take the mic, we're the walking life.
The D's raided houses looking for your favorite out of Brooklyn. Africa praises to the bushmen, to the natives in the woodlands, the razors in the Juxin, through the mazes of the bullpen. They killed our saviors, re-raised us and made us into hoodlums. Malcolm X became one of the greatest out of the Muslims, except for this boxer who never went to Oxford, never became a doctor, but got the rings of the chakras. Cassius Clay and Hathaway passed away, saw dimensions. George Benson, could this be a masquerade? Preacher said fast and pray. My mother's not there, but I asked her grave. Tiffany's not here, but her ashes stayed. What words will Prince and Michael Jackson say? I was a boy, now the mirror showed me patches of gray. Then it got black, and I started like tapping into a haze. Dazed, the mirror said your hair looked glazed because that's how much passion you gave. This is what happened, you still rapping. The mirror became my healer when it told me I was a pyramid giver, a gold spitter and a soul filler. I came to slay the Antichrist. Walking life, walking life. Yeah, it's a prayer.
Now, who were some of your early influences?
Well, the planets, the creator, mythical gods, real ones, people, flowers, everything in nature, inspiration. Musicians get their inspiration really from environmental things, and all musicians are inspiration to me, no matter what style they're playing.
Peace to the family. It's Royal Priesthood Wednesday. It's Woo Wednesday. And we got a legend in the building. Okay, Queens get the money. You understand what I'm saying? The reason why Queens was getting the money is because of this man right here. You understand what I'm saying? A legend in the game, a legend in the culture, iconically, understand? And we here to get a hip-hop education. You understand what I'm saying? From one of hip-hop's elders, one of the illest to do it on the microphone. You see what I'm saying? The one who was destroying microphones, all right? When other folks was up there rhyming and writing and, appearing to do it, he was out there destroying microphones. So from destroying microphones to helping artists save their life and young people, you understand what I'm saying? So we got an advocate for the future, an advocate for redemption, an advocate for reconciliation, and a bridge builder in between the generations. And he still destroyed mics. Okay. So it becomes my
Facts.
honor and privilege at this time to introduce something to others. And welcome to the Killah Priest Podcraft platform, Royal Priesthood Wednesday edition. Queen's
Salute.
legend, Mikey D, a main source in the building.
Shit. Yeah, what's going on? Knowledge. What's popping, baby? That was
Hey,
a
you
that
got
that
it,
was a
man.
that was a on-time intro right there, man. That was epic right there, bro. And that damn
I'm bookable.
Ki-
You understand
yo,
what I'm
and
saying? I'm
that
bookable.
that Killer Priest video you just played was deep. I was zoned out watching that backstage, baby.
Yeah. Definitely glad to have you finally in the building. You see
It's
what I'm
an
saying? I
honor.
saw you with my sister Jazzy J and my
Yeah,
brother Doe.
yeah. Out of the
Phenomenal
ball.
interview. Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Big Veg. Big Veg is the connect, man. That's the big brother. That's my Gemini brother. You know what I'm saying? He's doing things masterfully out here. I ain't never seen somebody bring so much energy to the mic. You understand
Oh,
what I'm saying? And wasn't rhyming on it. You know
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying? Like,
Big Veg. Big Veg is the media don, man. That's my battery right there, boy. He keeps the
mm,
battery in my back, man. What?
yeah, definitely. So, how did y'all link? How did y'all connect? What did y'all see in each other? You see what I'm saying? That what would kind of make this thing happen?
Well, when I met him, the first time I actually met him, I think it was through my man John Eldred. Used to do these cipher videos and all of that. And
Mhm.
he was with John this particular day. I think we was down by the waterfront in Newburgh or something. I was going to shoot a video with Bad Seed and my man Doom the
Mhm.
Wiz. And I believe John L and Big Veg just got through shooting the video. So we crossed paths and my boy John introduced me to Veg. First thing I noticed about Veg was the fedora and all of the leather medallions, you know what I'm saying? But his energy was just crazy. You know what I mean? He had
Right,
mad energy. So I was like, damn, this is a young dude trapped in an old soul. So
right.
that's the day that I met him. And then the more and more we ran into each other and started kicking it, the more and more I was like, yeah, this dude right here, he's like me, but just a younger version. You feel me? So we linked up with the Pass the Torch thing, you know. So it was a wrap after that.
That's what's up. You see what I'm saying? Like that collaboration is a match made in heaven. You see what I'm saying? So you meet somebody with the intensity, the insight, and the vision of a big veg. You see what I'm saying? And then you add your wisdom of experience. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's right, wrong, ain't different. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no
you
doubt.
you learned it over the years. You see what I'm saying? And you're able to kind of articulate that in a way where let our powers combine. You understand
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
yeah.
we be
Crazy.
out there doing what it does, right? So
It's crazy. And plus, with the Pass the Torch thing, what I wanted to do is I wanted Pass the Torch to be a platform that bridges the gap between
right,
the older artists and the younger artists. You know what I'm saying? So, because I'm an older artists in this hip hop field, I can get through to the legends, to the pioneers. And because Veg is youthful and he has that same energy, he could get through to the younger artists. And what we do together is we bring them on the same platform and we let them build and learn from each other. Because in order for you to bridge the gap and get the younger generation to respect the older generation, starts
right.
with the key word respect. The
Mhm.
older generation has to respect the younger generation if you want them to listen to what you have to say, you know. So me and Veg, we just bounce off of each other so crazy that it works, man, with this Pass the Torch thing.
That's love. So in your experience, just in the game, right? What are we missing in regards from one generation to the next? You see what I'm saying? And how could we also help to facilitate bridging the gap between generations?
Well, the only thing that's missing is the respect factor. We can't knock everything that the younger generation is doing. We can't say, "Oh, that's mumble rap, that's trash," just because we don't understand what they're saying. There's millions of children that understand exactly what they're so-called mumbling. So, if you want to bridge the gap, the first thing we got to do is start respecting each other as artists respecting each other's craft. Hip hop is hip hop. We all in one deranged family. This is one family. You know what I'm saying? So you have some uncles and aunts that's off their rockers that crash out, but then you got those you got those responsible aunts and uncles like myself and some of the female rappers such as Sha Rock and Roxanne Shante that we open our arms to the youth and we don't shun them away and stuff like that. So that's the first thing we got to do is we just got to respect each other as artists, and we got to be willing to listen to what the youth have to say. Like just listen to them. We don't need to tell them what to do because they evidently know what they're doing, especially with this technology era. But what we can do with our age and our knowledge is we can teach them from the mistakes that we made so they don't make the same mistake. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm all for, man. I'm one of those guys, and Big Veg will tell you, I like to lead by example. I like to practice what I preach, and I like to walk what I talk. You know, so I can, like my father always said, I could show you better than I can tell you. So if people, you know what I'm saying, if they feeling me, all they got to do is just watch how I move and learn from that. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean?
Word is wrong. Now, you come from the greatest generation of music overall. You see what I'm saying? So musicality becomes a part of our DNA, right? They say they go as far as to say as music is one of the only things that can penetrate your subconscious without you acknowledging it. You see what I'm saying? So that's how important music is. So you growing up, how important was music in your life? And then what did you hear? What were the sights and the sounds that you heard that had you want to pick up a pen and write and begin to express your thoughts as an artist?
Well, you know, I was born in the 60s. I was born in 67. So during the 70s, of course, you know, everybody had the big giant record player in the living room with the TV built into it and the big amp and all that, you know, and stacks and stacks of 45s, the Motown joints and all of that, moms and pops, you know. So I was listening to that music and I was vibing off of it. But at that particular time, that wasn't something that I wanted to do. I enjoyed what I was hearing. I loved all of the records, but I just wasn't into the music. I wasn't into sports or none of that. I was my mom's only son. Oh, I thought you were saying something. Yeah, I was my mom's only son, only child. So I basically grew up alone, you know what I'm saying, as an only child. And, you know, back in our days, you know, we was going outside. We wasn't on PlayStation. We didn't have this social media. So our parents used to kick us out the house, like, go outside before it get too late. Do you know what I mean? So we we did all of that.
And we didn't want to come back in because if you came in too many times.
Yeah, you letting the heat in or the cold in, you know. Yeah, you better bring your behind in before the lights go out and all that. But so I was coming up like that. But my boy Derek D Money, his grandmother lived right next door to my grandmother where I was raised, and he used to visit his grandmother every summer. He used to come over for the summer. So him and his brother Mike, they from Harlem. So Mike is older than Derek, and so Mike was going to these hip hop jams uptown and in the Bronx before we even laid ears on it like that. You feel me? So this 1979, D Money came to visit his grandmother, and this day we outside on the steps, and he brought his brother's big radio outside and some of his tapes outside. So now with D Money playing that, this is the first time I got a chance to hear somebody saying poetry over music. Like it wasn't the songs that Nana or Mommy and them had on the 45s. This was somebody that I could really relate to. I could understand everything he's saying, and he's saying it poetically. Like I didn't know what it was, but I loved it. So That tape, it happened to be Grandmaster Caz, and I remember he spit the rhyme about a girl named Yvette. So when
Yeah.
I heard that, I was blown away. I went next door that
Mhm.
same day. I went next door. I wrote my very first rhyme, and the first rhyme was called Kim, and it was I used Grandmaster Cass's Yvette blueprint and wrote that rhyme.
Yeah.
The first person that heard that rhyme was my grandmother, Nana.
Mm.
And she was the first one to give me my cosign and said that I was good at it. Because then the next day, I went and spit the
Right.
rhyme to all of the brothers that was on the steps. It was me, Boo, Derek, and Dave Moore and Johnnie Quest. I spit the rhyme to them, and they liked it. From that point on, I never once looked back because from that point on, that's when I found what it was that I wanted to do.
Mm.
I found my what do you call it? My confidence. I found my
Right.
confidence.
Right.
I found my voice through
Mhm.
hip hop. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
I never looked back. So that was it for me. 1979 summer.
1979 summer. So, what was Jamaica Queens like in the 60s, 70s? You know, the era of you coming into yourself. You see what I'm saying? Pre the invasion of crack. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, back then, now I'm from Laureton. Laureton is a part of Springfield Gardens. Springfield
mhm,
Gardens is a part of Jamaica Queens. So,
right,
you got South Side Jamaica, you got
right,
Southeast Jamaica. That's where I'm from,
right,
Southeast. So
mhm,
um, when I was coming up, you know how nowadays everybody calls it the hood. Oh, I'm going to the hood. When I was
right,
coming up during the 70s and I was outside playing and all of that, it was a neighborhood
mhm,
because
right,
everybody that lived on a block, everybody knew everybody. Everybody knew their each other's work schedules. They knew
right.
everybody's children by first name. They
Word
were
on.
allowed to spank your butt if you
Yes.
did something wrong, like
Mm,
they were
mm, yes.
your own. Neighbors were neighbors. The people that lived here knew the people next door and down the block. They
Right,
knew each other.
right,
Nowadays, you could be in a one family house that's three families living in it and don't know nobody, nobody know nobody in these cribs. That's why it's the hood now, because all of the neighbors are gone.
right.
So, like I said, man, we was outside. We was playing freeze tag. We was climbing
Yes,
trees, jumping off of roofs. We was playing
yes,
two-hand touch in the middle of the
yes,
street. We playing
yes,
stick ball, kick
yes,
ball, red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, run,
yes.
catch, and kiss, hide and go seek. We did it all. We
Right.
did it all. And you know
Yes.
what the most dangerous thing we had to do then? I
What's
mean, the
that?
most dangerous thing we had to watch out for?
What?
Cars. Because
Yes.
we playing in the street. We just had to watch
And
out for
mad at the
cars.
cars, mad at cars coming by. Like, man,
Yeah, man. Messing up the game. You know? So, we did things like that, man. And that was that, man. Other than, then I started rapping, and then all of the kids from the block were growing up now, and everybody still wants to be in a crew. You know what I mean?
right,
And it
right,
wasn't like gangs or none of that. We wasn't doing the gang thing. We was either riding bikes as a crew or we was making music as a crew. You know what I mean? We would all go to Johnnie Quest's sun porch and just make these tapes and all. That'd be like 15 of us in there. We would call the LA Rap
right.
Masters. LA stands for Laureton. So yeah, man, it was great times coming up, man, in them days.
You took me all the way back. You took me all the way back. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? So the concept down by law, right? Something
Hmm.
you lived out. You understand what I'm saying? Something you lived out.
Yeah.
So how did it translate from down by law in the neighborhood to down by law in the industry? What was that connection? How did that
Well,
happen?
see, with me, like the industry and industry is
Yeah.
is two totally separate things. Like I didn't really care about the industry or like records and all of that. I mean, I imagined what it would be like to hear myself on the radio, but I had cassette
Yeah.
tapes that was popping in the streets. So I didn't really care about making records. I just wanted to be a super dope MC. I just wanted to be the best MC at that time. I was
Right.
competitive and all of that. So, first I was down by law on the block. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then I started venturing off the block and being really competitive and battling cats and,
Yeah.
taking names and destroying microphones. And I was becoming down by law outside of my neighborhood, and
Right.
I started going from state to state and everything, just rhyming. Like I found my courage and my voice. Actually, I didn't really find my courage until I started drinking those 40 ounces of Old English. That's
The
when
old English.
that's when I found my courage. So being nice on the mic already, and then I was already confident, but I just didn't
Yeah.
have no courage. And you know what I mean? That 40-ounce boy, after that, it was off to the races, man. So that's
Yeah.
how I became down by law, baby.
I love that. So what led up to the deal now?
So with the deals was actually accidental. The first record that I made was when Jesse Jackson ran for the presidency the first time. I was with
84?
I was with a group called the Clientele Brothers,
Yeah.
and we did a record called Jesse, You're Number One on Nia Records, and the Aleem twins, they produced the record and stuff like that. So I was on that with the Clientele Brothers, and remember, these are my mentors. But
Right.
then I stumbled across a deal with Reality Records with Jerry Bloodrock. Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick came out with the record No Show,
Yeah.
smash hit.
Yeah.
This is when the answer records started coming out, when people were making answers to the records and stuff like that. This record's answering a
Right.
hit record. So in the neighborhood, I was like a master of parody. Like I took It's Yours by Tila Rock and I turned it into a
Yeah.
parody called Your Drawers. And then I Houdini's You Got a Big Mouth. I did. You
Yeah.
got a big head, and I was, funny with it and all of that.
Yeah.
So um I ran into a manager. His name was Arthur Armstrong. Arthur Armstrong used to run the Ecstasy Garage up in the Bronx. He was basically the one that gave the early artists a platform to perform, like the Funky Four,
Right.
the Cold Crush, and Treacherous 3 and stuff like that
Right.
at the Ecstasy Garage. But I met him through my man Dr. Shock, and Armstrong knew Jerry Bloodrock. So they said it would be a really great idea if I could write a song dissing Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, and we put it out on the same label. So I wound up writing a record called No Show for the
Yeah.
Symbolic Three. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how that I kind of stumbled across that deal right there. And it was no personal feelings against Dougie Fresh or Slick Rick, because
Mhm.
after I made the record, I felt bad when I finally met them in person, because these are some cool mother effers. And I felt
Yeah.
like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
You
But
fought the
I didn't
50
care
Cent.
at the time. Huh?
You fought the 50 Cent.
I did what?
You fought the 50 Cent.
Oh, I was doing the 50 Cent before 50 Cent was rhyming. Yo, you know what?
So
50
now I gotta
probably
start
could.
telling people they fought the Mikey D instead of you did the 50 Cent.
Yo,
You did the
50
Mikey D.
probably he could tell you that, because the way that he was attacking his rivals, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was doing in the street. So you could call me the original clout chaser before the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because if cats had a
Yeah.
record, I was coming to battle you. I was coming to
Right.
battle, man. So I was the
Right.
original clout chaser. And you know, that's how that went, man. But yeah, so I stumbled across the first deal. And then Arthur Armstrong thought it would be a good idea to just keep making records and things like that. Even when he got his deal with Def Jam, He told me about it. He told me that we could be the next Run DMC and all of that. I just didn't believe him. And at the same time, I wasn't as disciplined as LL Cool J. See, this is the perfect example of industry and in the street. You look at me, you knew I was in them streets for real. You look at LL, where he is today is where he dreamt about being back then. So he disciplined himself to get to where he is today. That's the disconnect and the difference between industry and in the street. But once I started making records, if you listen to any of my songs, you could see that I never tried to make hit records. I always kept it boom bap. I always kept it hip hop, and I always spoke my mind. I didn't want anybody to try to talk me into saying things that I didn't feel like saying. You know what I'm saying? Because you got these people that just want you to say whatever is trending at the time. I'm not with that. I'm not riding nobody's wave. I'm an ocean. I make my own wave. You know. So that's how that went. But made a few records and I enjoyed it. But at the same time, although I enjoyed making records, I didn't enjoy how the labels were treating us artists in the beginning. You know what I mean? Because they knew the ins and out, and they knew we didn't know the ins and out, and we coming fresh off of the streets, and they didn't tell us anything about publishing. They didn't tell us about writers' royalties. They didn't tell us about this and that, percentages and points and all of that stuff. So we going in off of blind faith, and we like, all right, we're gonna make this record and we're gonna become superstars and all of that. Never happened because we got robbed. So we're basically the ones that carried the cross on our back. So these artists today could get to where they are now. We the one that paid the ultimate sacrifice. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah. So that's how that went, man.
Yeah. I mean, when we start talking about culpability in that essence, what you describe is what a lot of people describe what they learned later versus what was in the moment. You see what I'm saying? So when you start talking about culpability, folks don't really take that into account in the way that it needs to. So that's why I love what you're doing with the next generation, with throwing the rope back. Like, look, I got jerked. You understand what I'm saying? Normally people who got jerked looking to jerk somebody. You understand what I'm saying? That's the game in regards to what that is, and then that becomes socially acceptable behavior. You see what I'm saying? So you see somebody, they have a dream, they have talent, they have skills, and then you come siphon off of them and you leech off of them, in the bloodsucker, the poor sort of fashion. And you're not doing it. You're still saying, hey, let me help guide you. Let me give you some guidance or some game if you're coachable and teachable in that kind of way. You see what I'm saying? So be able to do that. It's phenomenal. So the L situation, I know I want you to explain it in your own kind of way, but I love how you did it on this joint. So I'm gonna play this joint. Then you could tell it how you want to tell it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So let me play this joint. So you got it off your chest. You know what I'm saying? I want the people to be able to, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Oh, I see where you're going. All right.
So let's tell everybody we on live with Mikey D main source. You understand what I'm saying?
Rolling. All right. Playback. So going back to your discussion as far as the whole, misunderstanding, like whatever happened between, that situation with you and LL, like.
Yo, let me get to that real quick. I got something on my mind I thought I ought to speak about. Get it off my chest before I short the speaker out. Act like Mr. Rogers, take the shoes off, pull the sneakers out. I'm sick of everybody asking me what the beef's about. For 30 years, my peers been in my ears, filling my mind with negativity and living with beers. Now I'ma make this real clear, why he's a millionaire and I'm still here. All of my life I've been that dude you wanted to rock with, cause I bought it from the heart before I thought about the pockets. And when drinking was my topic, he was thinking about the future and he couldn't wait to drop it. We used to walk and talk, kill time with rhymes, cold old gold. Sometimes it was Valentine, playing Tila Rock, it's yours used to play. Notebook full of rhymes and we all used to say that we could be rich like Run DMC. But the 40s had me lit and too dumb to see that a super duo we was cut out to be. But that chance passed me by cause it was all about me. Then I started drinking like a fish. He was taking care of business, thinking about his wish. People in my ear, my style, they said he jacked me. He was hot when I met him, so how could that be? The Kangos, the gear, that was really petty. How could I claim an image that was out already? I used to diss this man for nothing. I had no reason to, it wasn't proving nothing. Only pleasing who? The same people that used to drink my money up and talk behind my back, thinking it was funny. But the truth is, it was bogus and useless. I was satisfying haters, he was focused on his music and used it to the best of his ability. And since I ain't drinking, the haters ain't feeling me. You think it's a song for me to make a comeback? Really? Who does that? I've been there, I've done that. This is a script I flipped, so y'all can shut up. I'm proud of my man Jay, and I even bought What Up. I know I got you tripping off what I spit in this song. As a man, I can admit when I'm wrong. We can't let the time keep slipping along. Your rep on the street don't mean shit when it's gone. I was wrong in many ways, I prayed for many days. Don't care if the song is a hit or if it don't get any plays. Anyways, back to the topic. We all grown up, so y'all haters need to stop it. Get a life, get a wife, get a gun, get a knife. Get your own on your own and just leave me alone. He already gave me props, you can check it on the trailer. And why should I blame Cool J for my failures? He didn't make me drink or block me from getting mine. Who cares what you think? Now watch me, watch him shine. It's 13, I'm clean and I'm sober. Just because I'm 45 don't mean that it's over. It's a new first inning, my team's about winning. A brand new beginning with a brand new ending. Stop pretending that this brother owes me something. After all said and done, it really shows me something. That life is too short to build your life around drama. Since I made this confession, I'm a whole lot calmer. I'm blessed even more, it doesn't hurt my persona. Now I can move on with my life and not worry about karma. Now I'ma end it with the main question.
Did you give out his name?
Nah, I gave him a suggestion. Yo, hold up, stop the tape, you jive turkey. I am not 45, I'm 56 years old. The song is pretty old, y'all just catching up, man. Back to regularly scheduled programming.
That's how you feel, Mikey. That's how you feel?
Man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, word up. Facts, man. Yo, L, salute, baby.
Had to drop a flex bomb on me. You understand?
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So, however you want to approach it, however you want to, share the story. I love a black story with a redemptive end. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. Well, that joint right there is just basically self-explanatory, man. Everything that I said in there is true. Everything, all of the events, everything in there is all true. So here's the deal. So like I said, me and L, we used to rock together. You feel me? And I actually, the first time I laid ears on him, and I just recently remembered this because Dr. Butcher, he reminded me, you know what I mean? So now I'm putting two and two together and I'm like, oh, this is how it really went down. This is how life works. It's crazy. So we were both in a talent show at August Martin High School at this time. This was before records and all of that stuff. Todd was with a brother named Mellow C. He was with Mellow C. Dr. Butcher was with his group, and I was with my partner, Snow and Terry, Romantic Lover Snow and Lover Boy TC and Johnnie Quest. We were the money-making three. Cool J wasn't Cool J at the time. I guess his name was Jay Ski then too. But I remember they had on these long trench coat, like tiger print and zebra print joints.
Right.
Like you remember how the Furious
Yeah.
Five used to dress back
Yeah.
in the days? That's how they was dressed, And at first we was laughing, but when we heard them start rocking, we was like, oh, these cats, they nice though. These dudes
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
So if you know L, he's over the top when it comes to music or whatever. So
Mhm.
I could see why they dress like that because he knows he experiments a lot. So just to see what the people are gonna say, shock value back then. You feel me?
Right.
So that's probably why they wore that. But they was nice. So anyway, after the contest, time went on, and my boy Dave Molicio, he knew Mellow C, which was Todd's partner at the time. So
Mm.
this is a few months later, and I forgot about the talent show and all of that. And Dave Molicio said, "Yo, I got this brother. He know a brother that wants to meet you. Blah blah blah." So I'm telling Dave Molicio, tell his man to meet me at Roller Castle. I'm there every Saturday. Boom boom. Roller Castle was the roller skating ring in Elmont, New
Right.
York. So Elmont, Long Island's right next door to Laureton. So
Right. Right.
we met. Jay, he came to Roller Castle. We got introduced. So the first thing we started doing, we didn't spar or nothing like that. We compared notes. He had a bag of rhymes. I got a
Mhm.
bag of rhymes. This is just how we rolled back then.
Right.
And when he spit, I was like, yo, he's kind of ill because he had the same cadence as me. He had the same growl and aggression as me. We
Mhm.
two young cats, and I'm tripping because I'm like, damn, how is it two of us? Like, I'm young and he's my age and he's just as ill as me. And I'm saying to myself, like, damn, it'd be ill if it was two of us, right?
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
we connected and I was like, yo, come around the way, blah, blah. He came through, started coming to Laureton. I started going around his way and me and him was just chilling. So, one day he came around the way and he told me that he changed his name from Jay Ski to Cool James. And I'm
Mm.
like, that's a dope name. And at the same time, I'm like, damn, but you need something in front of it, like, something for the girls, a nickname. Cause look, I'm Playboy Mikey D. You got
Sure.
Loverboy TC,
Mhm.
Romantic Lover Snow, Lovable
Mhm.
Little B, Ever Loving Kid Ice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a nickname, and he was just Cool James. So we walk into the store wherever we was going, and just fumbling through words, and I stumbled across Ladies Love.
Mm.
He's like, "What did you say?" I said, "Ladies Love." He's
Right.
like,
Right.
"Ladies Love Cool James. I like that," or whatever. And then he kept that for a while. And then when he started making records, when he got to the label, he said that they thought that the name was too long, but he wanted to keep it. So that's how they shortened it down to LL Cool J. So at the same
Mm.
time as he got that contract, he told my man Mark the 40 Killer, yo, me and Mike, we could be the next Run DMC. I got this deal, blah, blah, blah. And me, I was stubborn. I had an ego.
Right.
I'm like, this is my partner, but I just don't believe it because he want to jump on the train and he want to go to the studio and go to these meetings. Man,
Right.
I want to take my $2 and go to Pop and Kim, get me a
Right.
40 and rhyme out on the boulevard. That was my thing. I was
Right.
in the street. He was
Right.
in the street. Cool
Right.
J he would look at the back of records or the cover of the records when we used to make tapes, and he used to
Yeah.
take the numbers down. He used to write the addresses down. He used to send shit out and all of that. He used to bounce from around my way to jump on the bus and train to go uptown and see my man Silver Fox and all that.
Mhm.
I wasn't with that. I wasn't spending no bus fare because the bus fare is my beer money. You know what I'm saying?
Word is born.
So he got with Def Jam. He came out with the first record, I Need a Beat. Actually, the day that it dropped, he might have been with me because there was a Rochdale Festival or something like that. Or no, it didn't drop yet. He performed it at the Rochdale Festival and all of that. And I was like, yo, it's dope, blah, blah, blah. And he chilled at the crib because I was living in Rochdale at the time. Spent the night and all of that. And then he went home. But now, as time is moving on, now he's on, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you know, he's getting busy and I'm still getting tipsy, you know, and when the record finally dropped, I told you that me and him sounded exactly alike. So when the record dropped, because I was already out in the streets and I was so young and I was popping already, hood famous, when they heard that I Need a Beat on the radio, people thought that was me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Right.
like, nah, that ain't me. That's Cool J. And then this here comes the bull crap. Now, yo, he bit your style and ran with it, man. Damn. Yo, you put him down with you and he ran with your style and your image and all of that. Cause I used to wear Kangos and he came out wearing Kangos and all of that. But I said it in the rhyme. Like, how could I be mad at him for wearing Kangos when the Kango was the dress code of the era?
Right.
That the
Right.
gods was wearing the
That is
Kangos and
right.
the mock necks. That's what
Yeah.
we wanted to be like. We didn't want to be like drug dealers. We wanted to
Right.
be like the gods first. You know what
That
I'm
is right.
saying? So we wore plaids and British walkers and shark skins and mock necks, Kangos
Right.
and all that. So when he came out doing that, they said, "Oh, he took your style." No, he didn't take my style. He's wearing what we wear, you know.
That is
But
right.
a few sips of that liquid courage, I start
It'll do it.
believing what I'm hearing.
Right.
Now, if you know Cool J ain't no pushover. He has an ego. He has pride too. So if
Right.
you ruffle his feathers, he's gonna play you back. That's just what he does. So now he's making these power moves. I'm still in the street, you know, I don't care about records. I don't care about that. I still want to be the nicest in the hood. Like, who won it in the hood? But I started taking jabs at him, you know, on my cassettes. I'm taking jabs at him because I'm listening to all of the negative energy, you know.
Right.
And at the time, because I was so invested in the streets and invested in partying and just drinking and just invested in just being me, just doing the dumb trash that I was doing. I didn't realize that, first of all, I was destroying a friendship. And I was also starting a lot of unnecessary drama with him. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have
Right.
to be like that because he had friends and I also had friends, you know, and not, you know, most of the time when artists are beefing with each other, it's not the artists that
Right.
get into the physical altercations, usually the entourages.
Yes. All day, every day.
You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So now it's like certain places that I gotta be hesitant to go around because I'm feuding with him. And then it's vice versa. You know, people don't like, oh, because they like what I'm doing. And you know, so I fed into all of that crap. And if you listen to the record, I said, it's 13. I'm clean and I'm sober. That meant
Right.
I our little rivalry started off in the 80s, like 84, 85 is when our stuff started.
Right.
It took it from there all the way to 2013 for me to stop drinking. So the covers were pulled from over my eyes, you know what I mean? And I could see clearly. And one of the first things I did when I stopped drinking was I reached out to him on Twitter and I apologized to him publicly. And he accepted my apology publicly on Twitter. And then we transferred numbers and we became homeboys again. And I had to take full accountability because it was my pride against his ego, vice versa. But
Right.
he had every right to defend himself, whether it be, you know, not inviting me around to certain places or people say why he didn't put you on. I never wanted to be put on, first of all. And had I asked him back then and he would have said no, it would have been understandable because of what I was doing. And I take full accountability for that. So now that I'm sober, me and him is back on good terms and all of that. And that song was just for me to express to him and to everybody else that thought we had a problem. That was for me to get it off my chest and to just express that to everybody. And that's what that song is about.
Everybody don't get a chance to make the things right. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that Muhammad Ali had expressed with Malcolm, right? They were brothers of one another. You understand what I'm saying? He
Right.
said he wished that he had made it right with him, before his departure from the physical world. You see what I'm saying? So a bunch of misunderstandings lead to misunderstanding. You see what I'm saying? Like the DMX said, bad decisions lead to last decisions, fast collisions. Now you know what I'm saying? Now you miss it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thankfully, by the grace of God, y'all were able to, you know what I mean, reconcile. Most folks don't get the opportunity to reconcile. So I think that is magnificent.
Yeah, man. That's a part. That's a part of growing up, man. And if you're gonna, I can't be out here trying to talk to the next generation or the younger generation, but still holding on to bull crap from back in the days, man. You got to let it go. You got to take accountability. You got to move on, man. You know what I'm saying? So with the younger generation, that's why I say I'm a real OG. And OG don't stand for original gangster. It means I offer guidance, man.
Right.
That's what an OG does. Offer guidance, man. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. So I want to ask about the main source situation, and then I want to get into this new album banger that I've been blasting for the last couple of days. Like my headphones fell off and jumped back on my ears. You understand what I'm saying? So let's talk a little bit about the main source journey. For those who are listening, iconic, time framing in hip hop history and life history. What was that like for you?
Yo, it was cool. That's another thing I stumbled across. You know what I'm saying? Tripped and woke up and I was down with main source. You know what I mean? So after I was with Sleeping Bag Records in 1988, right? After in '89, I lost my producer, man, and my friend Paul C. McCasty, and then '89, this is when the gangster rap started coming in and my daughter was born and, things were just going crazy. My daughter was a blessing, but everything else that was going on around me wasn't so beautiful. You know what I mean? So I had to take a break. So I went down to Miami for a couple of years. And when I returned in like 92, I worked security for a little while. And in 93, I'm hanging out. No, 93. I'm hanging out with my man Mike Beasley from Queens. Mike Beasley was that dude. He was like a pimp, baby. He used to rock the fedoras. He used to rock yo, he had the white Lincoln Continental with the blue rag top and the BBS rims and all that.
Yeah.
So, and he was rocking the numbers and all of that. The numbers, So anyway, he was super cool like that. And he has cousins, Bo Higgins and them. One of them was married to Melba Moore, and they had this company called Hush Productions. So Jeff Redd, the R&B singer, Jeff Redd is a cousin of theirs. You know what I'm saying? So this particular day, I was down there with Mike Beasley. We had Hush Productions in Manhattan, and we downstairs, somebody tapping on a grand piano, and I'm just freestyling. I got a quart of beer up there, I'm freestyling or whatever. And Jeff Redd comes through and he was like, yo, you nice. Yo, Mike, who's your man? Because his name is Mike Beasley. Mike. Mike was like, yeah, I'm managing them, blah, blah. What you doing with them? Yeah, we just, whatever. Jeff Fred was like, yo, I'm going to give you a number and I'm going to give you an address because I know a group. They need a lead rapper right now. This is an established group. I'm not going to tell you who they are. I just need y'all to go over there and meet with these people. So, I bet. Next day, we pull up to Flushing, we call the number, whatever. We go to the address. We knock on the door. A young lady named Tandy Weems. She opens the door. Tandy Weems. She lets us in, introduce us to Sir Scratch, right? So I'm like, all right, homeboy looks familiar. He looks familiar. I'm really struggling to, who is this
Put it
group?
together.
Like, yeah. So he asked me to, to audition, like bust a freestyle or whatever. So I spit some bars for him. He was like, oh, yo, you dope, you nice. And then he was like, let me get my brother on the phone. He's in Canada right now. Get my brother K Cut. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. K Cut and Sir Scratch. Yeah. These main source dudes, you know what I mean? So, all right, cool. Now, mind you, at the time, I did not know Large Professor left the group and was going solo to do his own journey. I didn't know anything about that. Once I found out who these brothers were, I thought I was going to be another part of the crew, like they brought Nas out, like Akinelli and Joe Fatal, just down with the crew. I thought I was going to be one of them dudes. I was like, yeah, we can do that, But then, come to find out, these dudes is sending for me to go down to Canada and record an album. I'm like, I bet. I'm with that. Still didn't have no clue that I was going to be that dude. Now, this is where I was treated unfairly, and I was treated unfairly by the main source fans and the media because they kept on saying that I was taking Large Professor's spot. I was replacing Large Professor. Big no-no. A big no-no, because if you listen to the first single that I did with Main Source, I said, here comes Mikey D with the main source. I didn't say, here comes Mikey D taking Large Professor's spot. I said, here comes Mikey D with the main source. So people made it seem like I was replacing him. They were looking for another looking at the front door. Me and Large Professor are two different caliber rappers. So this dude right here, he knows how to make hit records. He knows how to produce. Me, I'm from the street. I'm gutter. I know how to battle and I know how to spit bars. I'm not trying to make no hit records. So if your beats is dope, I'm gonna rock off of your beats, but I'm not trying to make a hit. That's not what I'm doing. So by them saying replacing, that played a major role in people looking at me sideways, And other than that, things went well. I mean, we recorded the album, this, that, and the other, but something transpired between the label and Main Source's management to whereas the album didn't get released in a timely manner, so it wound up getting shelved and coming out years later. But the single dropped, What You Need Is the Source, and Madonna, she did a remix of it, and she sampled the song and all of that, And we did Soul Train with Main Source. It was a great time with them, you know what I mean? But the thing with the Large Professor, me replacing him, it left a real bad taste in everybody's mouth, man. But other than that, it was a great journey with Main Source.
And I'm glad you spoke on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really as far as I wanted to go with it. You know what I mean? Just letting that be known for people who might catch this. You see what I'm saying? Or they might have thought that in their mind, right? Because again, we don't get a chance to correct history. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And with so much revisionism going on out there, you could look at Cormega and Nature the same way. You see what I'm saying? So that the whole situation, right? So, things are completely different now, but at that height, nah. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like understanding these kind of things happen. And if we don't build together, we don't add on together, we don't talk together, things get lost in translation. You see what I'm saying? So definitely definitely. I'm glad that you spoke on it, and I'm also glad, from like a documentarian perspective that you gave us uh his story. You see what I'm saying? The journey over the years with his story. You see what I'm saying? Where you're naming things, you're putting things together. You see what I'm saying? We got a chance to see you with certain people and things like that. You're telling your story, sharing your journey along the way as well. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
So I want to get into this album. Damn it, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
This Poppy Kim
Oh
Legends
man.
Never Die joint, like yo, this is craziness. Okay, this is crazy deranged. You know what I'm
All right.
saying?
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Like I'm loving it. I'm loving the freedom that I hear, the freedom of expression,
Yeah.
the creativity. You know what I mean? Like back to the principles of hip hop. Peace, love, unity, safely having fun. Shout out to my man Hakeem Green and Channel Live. Right, those tenets. Right,
Yes.
and still dope. It's still dope. You understand what I'm saying? And it's still destruction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Decepticons attack. Ain't nobody playing on that microphone. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm
Nah.
saying?
Nah.
Yeah, yeah. So, what was kind of your process with this? You see what I'm saying? In your own vein, your own lane. After everything, you know what I'm saying? What was the catalyst for you to get back on the mic, and then what? Give the people the significance of this album because I got a couple of joints we're gonna play in here. You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna hear it, but
Yeah. Nah.
what's the
Well,
story in regards to
Pop
that?
and Kim, man. Like I said, I said it earlier. I said, yo, when LL wanted to jump on the bus and train and go,
Right,
I wanted to
right,
take my $2 and run up to Pop and Kim and buy a 40
right,
because
right.
Pop and Kim was a landmark, a staple in Laureton, Queens, where I'm from. This store
Mhm.
was lit 24 hours a day during the 80s. Yo,
Right.
bro, they had the coldest 40s in New York City, man. And I can
Word
say
to
that with confidence, man. My man Ree Lover, man, he used to keep the 40 ounces in the ice cream freezer, the ices freezer. You ain't seen no ice cream for the kids in there. You saw 40s with ice in them. You know what I mean? So, and they were $1.50. Come on, they was $1.35 first, then inflation brought them up to $1.50 for a whole 40 ounce of Old English
Yeah.
with slush coming out of it. All of the rappers that was popping at the time used to come to Pop and Kim to buy cases of 40s. Run DMC, Fat Boys used to be out there. I got footage of Psycho Les and Muggs talking about when DJ Muggs came out and they brought him to Pop and Kim's for the ice cold 40s.
Right.
So that store was a spot where I used to frequent. I used to drink 40s and I used to hang out there all night on the block and just battle whoever. And or if I wasn't battling, I was just spitting bars. It was always out there at
Mm,
Pop and Kim's. People
mhm.
knew where to find me if they wanted to come see me. They just Mike by up at Pop and Kim's.
Right.
So that I like right now, at the age that I am, I cannot bring back a 17-year-old Mikey D. People want to hear a
Right.
17-year-old me. I
Right.
couldn't do that. But with this album, I could be myself and bring you that Pop and Kim energy. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
can't do the 17-year-old thing because I learned so much more and I got more to talk about. But the energy that I had when I was in front of Pop and Kim, I could bring that. So
Right.
Dr. Butcher really set this mission off because he sent me the track over 50. And
Mhm.
I said, this track brings me back to the days when we used to be up at Pop and Kim's, bro. So I needed to match that energy. So that one track set off everything else. So Pop and Kim, I titled it that because it means what it means to me and to my community. Legends don't die. I put that
Mhm.
because it's a legendary store. And people always call me a legend. It's not self-proclaimed. People call me a legend. And my grandfather used to say, old soldiers don't die, we just fade away. Well,
Right.
legends don't die. You know what I mean? And plus my brother Lotto, the lead track, he made the track and it said Mikey D is a legend, and that's my guy. So I had to use it anyway. So you know what I mean? But yeah, that's how that came about. The Pop and Kim album. I wanted to give that Mikey D energy from the 80s and then just bring it forth today. And that's what you get with the Pop and Kim album.
It's popping, okay? It is popping. It is popping. I'm telling you, it took me on the ride roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, yeah, hip hop. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
hip hop. Like there is a discussion where people are talking about hip hop. There's a bunch of people, they got blogs and all this other stuff about hip hop. But if you ain't never been on the train, if you ain't never been on the bus, if you ain't never been in the dollar van, if you ain't never walked them streets of New York on no kind of way, shape, or form, you don't really know what the artist's talking about. You just think it's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Big said snatching ropes at the Roxy, homeboy. Like you like what?
Yeah.
Like you just thinking it sounds witty. Like, nah, this is what happened. Like if you ain't never seen door knockers up close, you understand what I'm saying? It's a different kind of thing. Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's different. If you ain't never tried to spray paint, if you ain't never tried to break down, like all these are elementals. You're seeing things that are happening, but if you were not participating, you missed it. So you could hear about it, right? You can hear about it, but you don't really know about it. Like you're informed, like that's information. That's not something that you know. You know, like KRS said, rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live. You see what I'm saying? Like so, if you don't live that, it's like, all right.
I gotta separate the two all the time to people because I don't think they understand the difference between the culture and the genre. They look at the rap genre and they automatically tie it to the hip hop culture, and it gives sometimes it gives the hip hop culture a really bad name because the rap genre is it's orchestrated. It's put together. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yes.
It's an extension of the MC, but they commercialized it and added this and took this away and got rid of the DJ and did this. You know, it's just the rap genre and the culture, two separate entities altogether.
Right. So I want to see what I got over here in the chamber. I want to look real quick.
Yo, while you do that, I'm going to run and clock out real quick because I'm at work. I don't want to steal no time. So I'm going to just clock out and come right back.
Go ahead. Yeah, you good.
That was Keep 'Em Shook. All right, I'll be right back. I'm coming right back.
Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, crews running. Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, crews running. Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, like they supposed to. Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, crews running. Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, crews running. Keep 'em shook, keep 'em shook.
Now when I come knocking at they door, they dropping to the floor. MCs that we adore, they ain't got it anymore. I'm just keeping it 1,000 and not a penny more. Welcome to Pop and Kim's, and it's not just any store, it's a way of life. So don't make me say it twice. If you see me with a mic, you better play it nice. I'm a veteran, better than anybody who's ever been anywhere. I'm everywhere. Thank me for my benevolence. And ever since I dropped, they couldn't make me stop. They even tried to block me from making it to the top, but it's all good. My team, all hood, Merrick Boulevard, Queens, and I wish y'all would try to act like I don't rock this shit. I'm back around the block. I'm so comfy in the hood, they think I'm lacking, but I'm not. And I ain't got a floss, cause I'm stacking what I got. Mikey D's the boss, and they jacking cause it's hot.
Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, crews running. Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, crews running. Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, like they supposed to. Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, crews running. Comes equipped, keep 'em shook, crews running. Keep 'em shook, keep 'em they supposed
Hey
to.
yo, who the man? Mikey D. Yes, I am pro at poker, and you don't wanna test my hand. I run it straight, I ain't the one you wanna hate. And if you're coming late, stand in line, you're gonna wait. I got no time for these cats that don't rhyme, telling me how I should do it. If not, I won't shine. I've been live before I learned how to drive. The top list that I'm the best that ever did it before I ever tried. Word, so push your pride to the side. You've been throwing shade for years and I'ma let that slide. Show and prove my maturity, flex my authority. There's no insecurity, protect my priorities. And I ain't even close to you, I keep them shook, cause that's what I'm supposed to do.
Comes equipped, keep them shook, crews running. Comes equipped, keep them shook, crews running. Comes equipped, keep them shook, like they supposed to. Comes equipped, keep them shook, crews running. Comes equipped, keep them shook, crews running. Keep them shook, like they supposed to.
I'm quick, keep them shook crews running. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, man.
Shout out to my brother Amadeus 360 Beat Kings for that one, man. He did his thing with that. As soon as I heard the hook, I was like, this is Queens all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you got to tell me the relationship backstory or how you got Phantom of the Beat, aka Haj G, on production for Stop It. I lost it. I lost my mind. Okay, I lost my mind. So I need to know something. You know what I mean?
Well, Phantom, that's my man. That's my dude right there, man. I love Phantom. I love the group that he's working with, Vault. They ill. And so Phantom, we both rock with Rob Schwartz of Who Mag Multimedia, with the distribution and stuff like that. So me and Phantom, we did a joint together. Actually, Phantom produced a track called Pass the Torch, and it's me featuring Lush One from 21. What's that? Whatever the pot, No Jumper. Yeah. So Phantom produced that. So when I was doing the Pop and Kim album, I was like, Phantom got to hit me with something, because Phantom, he knows what I like. And then when I told him I was doing this album, he was like, I got you. And he sent that Stop It track.
Yeah.
Yo, as soon as I heard it, it just spoke to me. And when a beat speaks to me like that, I speak back with this. You know what I mean? And Stop It. It was off to the races, man. Shout out to Hosh G, Phantom of the Beat.
Legend forever. Yes, I gotta reach out. It's been a minute. Gotta pull him in.
I spoke to him today.
Yeah. Gotta get him in rotation over here. You know.
Yeah.
We just had a born day not too long ago.
Yeah, it was what? It's about four days ago, something like that. Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, you and my father got the same physical degree.
November 25th.
Yeah.
All right. So he down with me and Eric Sermon.
Word. Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Xavier, my son, is the next day. So it's like, that's funny.
26. Sagittarius is we out here, man.
Yeah. Out here Sagin, right?
Yeah, you know it. Sagin.
Right. So let me get another joint. Matter of fact, let me play the joint. I want them to be all stupefied like I was listening to this joint. You understand? I was like,
Stop It is crazy, man. Stop
It. I'm like, stop it, but don't, but don't
Yeah, don't stop. Don't Yeah. I know. That's how I was feeling, man.
Word up. Let me get it together. Just had it right here. All right, there we go. Let me run it.
What I do? There we go.
You better. You better. You better. You better. Check it out now. You right? That's what y'all acting like. Just look at your face, got it all screwed up like you ain't jacking, Mike. Well, that's alright. And if the track is tight, just give me a buzz. We can do this, else let's make it happen, sight. I don't need your help, I don't need your team. I always hold my own. And I'm in good health. I'm a king from Queens and you can't hold my throne. And the shit I'm on, I will condone it. That sound crazy, right? I am that beast when I'm flowing over beats, and that's why they be lying. Leave them alone, OG is snapping on it. And homie got bars and he ain't capping on it. The flow is hard, no need for captions on it. Gotta glow like God, now here's the rapture on it. You better. You better. You better. You better. Check it out now. You better. You better. You better. You better. Check it out now. I'm a lyrical psycho, first name Michael, last name Gearing, steering clear of the vibe you're used to. Now you can ride to what you're hearing, fearing nothing but the most high. Step it up and catch a close eye. Say what's up when you approach high. Weapons up and that's the most high. If you spar me ball for ball, you better believe you getting knocked out. If the ops the opposition, then the opposition ops out. Then knock a high school dropout. In the streets I'm educated, made it past the age of 30. From the hood I graduated, never rated, never faded, never gang affiliated. I was hyped when I earned my stripes on the radio when magic rated. Everything got situated, elevated to the top. I'm the greatest God created. All y'all haters need to stop. You better. You better. You better. You better. Check it out now. You better. You better. You better. You better. Come on, y'all already know what it is. You know how I give it up, man. Poppin' Kim's, baby. That 1988 flow, you heard? Y'all better stop it. You don't want no parts of this. Flip Velvet Studios. Bang on the beat, baby. Yo, Los, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And just like that, the BKMC is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why we all here just tapping in for the first time today.
I can't hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Mic check, can you hear me? Brooklyn, New York City's in the house. The Iron Software Hip Hop in the building. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Let me play something real quick while we work it out. Be right back.
Allow me to floss, turntables on, auto-tunes off. Let's take it back to the days of the tape decks, cassettes to Apex. Yeah, you gon' learn about these hot flows. Schools in session, pay attention with your...
Hit me! Hit me!
Game's over with. I'm at your door like a Jehovah's Witness. so focused and still on that sober. They asking me why I didn't go and get it. It wasn't my time, now please, get over it. Yeah, I've been repping since adolescent. Testing me one-on-one is like making a bad investment. Facts, and I'm keeping that mad aggression. You can sit me down with Smack and I'll teach him about a lesson. Yeah, you will never be in my pedigree. You better be the blood of a king, not a celebrity. Cause I'm a man of integrity. I'll get everything that I'm owed, inevitably. Come on. I bring the heat to the streets and you press repeat when I speak through the beats. I leave them with no time to cheat. That's right. And I ain't write a rhyme in weeks. Come on. The facts I'm ill with no practice. I kill them with tactics. For whatever the rapping. On my back like I'm the number one when I'm talking that. Yeah, if you a fan, then man, you understand my story of how I came from the sand to be a man of glory. My whole hood stands for me. You ain't gotta ask me if I'm good. Smith story. Yeah, the main topic when I drop it, I'm a giant. My name holds weight. Yours is microscopic. I'm old school and still got it. My product ain't the in these streets. Stop it. Yeah, now let's speak longevity. You weak, every day I get stronger than you'll ever be. OG don't mean that I'm elderly. Out of touch with the culture, I could never be. Yeah, so don't compare me cause I'm legendary. Your top 5, dead or alive, is secondary. I could prove it if it's necessary. You wanna do it? Hit my secretary. The facts I'm ill with no practice. I kill them with tactics. For whatever the on my back like I'm the number one when I'm talking that. I used to hear the wrong people in my ear. Had me feeling kinda weird, wasn't equal to my peers. They used to doubt it when the people scream and shouted. And the funny thing about it, I could see through it for years. Yeah, so I did some real planning. Every time I came through, they was in the field scrambling. And now some are panhandling. And after 30 years, let's be clear, I'm still standing. And I keep coming with it. They stuck, acting like I'm the one who did it. Well, you are. And I'm not apologetic. Leave the microphone alone, go get some college credits. Get it, ain't gonna edit cause I already said it. It is what it is, and if it be, then let it. I left and never it is Mikey D, the best whoever did. I'm ill with no practice. I kill them with tactics. For whatever the on my back like I'm the number one when I'm talking that shit. I'm ill with no practice. I kill them with tactics. For whatever the on my back like I'm the number one when I'm talking that shit.
Yeah, telling you. Messed up people.
Yo, why can't I hear you, man? Let me see. I heard the video, but I can't hear you.
I can hear you if you can hear me. I can hear you.
Yeah. I don't hear anything.
Put the one in the chat if y'all can hear us both, because we can't hear each other. I guess the music was so dope we can't even. We don't need to hear nothing else. Understand what I'm saying?
Fire worshippers, Abraham followed Abraxas, Sax, priests, honorable and hollow words. Same word, sages of the ages, and prophets, Coptic, Gnostics, and apostles heard. Then those sinning unfinished, now it's written in the ribbon, and held by 4 swallow birds. Beneath the praxis practice in the blackness, seance, each one of my classics. Burn a candle, the air new with bottled myrrh, and Quetzalcoatl and herbs. Preach the novel in the marble been heard. A gold icon of facilities of Alexandria. They sold to Italy from a palace out in Zambia. Stole from Sicily, Africa towers over Pangea. Amateur, reaching for my pleroma. Deep sleep and yoga, psyches like the Pisces of Jonah. Tertullian, so I get the nutrients to come out of Nubian. I'm not talking about the ancient Natufians or hooligans when I'm putting out something new again. Let LF tell her death. Me, I'm an embellish on the angelic. Holding the mic like a relic. Last one left. Priest and purpose. Leaving footprints deep in the surface. Enough to be called a crater. Meditating in the Tibetan Hall in Asia. We all evolved from nature. The ink shooting out my pen like flaming balls hitting my paper. I grab the dark horns of archons and star forms. The bars drawn to give you Mars floors to walk on. Epiphanius, Arrhenius, Hippolytus, sit by fire. Different writers sniffing coke. Who's the most highest? Baptizer, Holy Ghost. Santa Morte, Phantom in all gray. Stands in the hallway, head of a ramp with hands on your grave. Purpose, let the chords play. Priest never had an off day. Never let my sword lay, so all pray. Work from the bottom like Noah. Meditate, I slip into a coma till I reach my pleroma.
Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I don't. I turned my volume up, everything. Yeah, I don't know, but check it out. If you can hear me, I ain't gonna leave you blind. I mean, blind. I ain't gonna leave you flat. What I am gonna say is peace out. Thanks for having me. Your knowledge. This was dope. We got to do it again whenever you're ready. No questions are off the table. You can ask anything when we make it happen. Salute to you. Salute to my brother Killah Priest, man. I'm honored that y'all had me here. Thank you very, very, very much, man. I appreciate you, bro. Salute, man. I'm gonna go because I can't hear anything. All right? One love, baby.
Here, the centuries of loneliness were to end.
Your collection of Leonardo da Vinci masterpieces, Mr. Flint.
They appear to have been recently painted.
On contemporary canvas with contemporary materials.
Then, age, death, the taste of dust. Do you understand?
You wanted a perfect, ultimate woman. As brilliant, as immortal as yourself. Your mate for all time.
Merkaba master, I charter demons to other worlds, drive devils to plaster, rush them to hell, breathing asthma, place Satan on gurneys next to Hermes, send them off to their journey to Cleopatra. They read those chapters, egos captured, the Leo laughter, Neoplasma, run through my veins in this matrix, and my basement became a plaza, and now I'm in the Sky Lounge with negative spirit hackers, build on math and we read the chapters, observe through our windows at the quiet disasters, riots at NASA, marches, gender pride, freedom rights for the masses, till we do away with first and second citizen classes. Religion is backwards, trying to comprehend to the pastor. This gym is like Jasper. Either we all live and strive for the youth to survive, or it all ends with the rapture. Forget waiting on the man, I'm making a plan. And for the ages of false statements, I'm taking a stand. Start an investigation on Satan with a cross in my hand. Make him plead guilty, now face the jury. We're in the courts of I am. If I could just vanish from off the planet, like magic, become caught from granite. Days, mathematics is understanding.
Hey, hey, did you hear? This is the perfect place to disappear. Oh, hey, did you hear? This is the perfect place to disappear.
A billion stories in the naked city. Ghost told me that his best friend needs a kidney. We froze, reminisce of Tiffany in the cold. Open whiskey from the 20s in the memory. Sympathy made the angels play a symphony. Said he could've had a scholarship. Toured different colleges. Now he's out of it, fading away slowly on dialysis. His name remained anonymous, but here's my acknowledgements. Street legends and hood guards. Kingdom fall into a mirage. Ghetto depression sets in. Then we place weed and cigars. A child has difficulties concentrating. From where he lives, he sees his promises fading. He sees his pops gone, his mom's is aging. She trying to stay strong for a church congregation. And meanwhile, a kid named Rico was the coke king. A lot of siblings are the dope fiends, hope you scream. A lot of children with broken dreams, homes were clean. The most extreme, you got rich and what you sold to queens. Look what you did to Josephine. And Ebony is unheavenly. The devil's ready with open wings. As Lucifer uses love and his youthful mug. Then his blood on the cobra's fangs.
Hey, hey, did you hear? This is the perfect place to disappear. This is the perfect place to disappear.
Through the mid.
Have you heard of Nag Hammadi? No? Let me tell you about it. The Nag Hammadi Library is a collection of 13 ancient books called codices, containing over 50 texts. Texts that present a radically different view of early Christian beliefs.
During the early race, man wanted real estate, so he started building shape. Others started to fill away, though they started killing snake. Those of the worldly faith found themselves in pearly gates. Left his seat as girl inflates. Blessed he who elevate, set the tea and meditate. Rain splash off of the stained glass. Medieval cathedrals that still stand in Spain and France. Skeleton fingers, how many diamonds his ring had. The courts had green grass. The hawks took spring baths. Across where kings clashed, they fought for the queen's hand. A masterpiece done by priests. Refractory property so unique. Sister goes Sophia in her holy seat. Her feet Alistair Crowley sleeps. It's where Kiss and Bon Jovi meet. The Greek, the beast, the owl covered in rosaries. Prophetess, potions and poetry. Abraxas Reba Simha. The lion called Simba. When rhyming I'm the Templar. The troubadour make music for the temper. The rooster call from roof to floor. The eyes in the center. The truth is all manly hall. What lies within the picture. The fruit don't fall. Nuclear war that ties within the scriptures. The zodiac sign of Hitler. More than one Jack the Ripper. More than one Shakespeare. For some of the take years. The Nag Hammadi God body. That practice motionless karate. The dragon on my Vatican Armani. Nag Hammadi, Nag Hammadi. Craft I'm in, I'm mastering. The carpentry, the scaffolding. Corian stones to cornerstones. When I grab the pen, I fall in my zone and reach the African. Plastered in the walls of Rome, the priest is practicing. The royals on the doors of the dome, pads and fabric skin. On the mountain surrounded by columns, writing my album. All alone like a minute in Solemn, solving my problems. Gotham sanctuaries, a wall of St. Mary's. The Gospel of John is scary. Lately I've been drinking heavy, reading Psalms with nervous palms. Open the vote, grab my sword and my coat of arms. Murder I wrote. Nag Hammadi Library. Nag Hammadi Library.
Imagine finding a book that tells a completely different version of a story you thought you knew by heart. These manuscripts were hidden for a reason. In the end, Nag Hammadi's texts aren't just relics. They're a bombshell on traditional teachings, showing us just how diverse and dynamic early Christian thought was.
Ladies and gentlemen, hip-hop's alien Ein Sof. Understand what I'm saying? The one who's been on Mars is in the building. Put your hands together and show your love for Medina's own Killah Priest.
I've been on Mars. What's the deal? Big speech, man.
Mikey D sent his love. We had some connection issues. He couldn't hear me in the end of it.
Okay.
But I wanted to do something for you before everything got out in the world. You know what I'm saying? First of all, congratulations on 100K. How does it feel?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I know you've been at this for a minute to strive to get here, but we, here. How does it feel?
Man, I was gonna do it with a song. I can't think of the song, but isn't she lovely? Stevie Wonder, I had one. Yo, make this last forever. Won't let you go. Shout out to Keith Sweat. Yo, it's remarkable, man. I'm feeling great. It's a super achievement, and it's like one of the humps. And we got there. We got many more to go, but I'm super excited. I want to thank the Podcraft. I want to thank you yourself, Knowledge Born, everybody a part of the staff that's a part of the rocket ship. Everybody, Knowledge Guard, Code 17, Hakim, Coach, Kadaka, everybody, man, the whole priesthood, you know what I'm saying? So AD, Word, 13, yeah. List goes on. Yeah. But I'm feeling good, man.
People are coming in, right? People are coming in. People are subscribing. The numbers are going crazy right now in regards to these most recent releases. And, it caught the attention, again, of someone who looks to you as an elder MC. You see what I'm saying? You bring out the best of MCs. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes the worst because they be running, right? So I put this together, this little clip for you to celebrate, this milestone and accomplishment, and also just to kind of highlight, what's being said out there in the hip hop world and the entertainment world. Understand? So
really,
I'm glad you came on. So I want to play this. I know we're gonna get into some things tomorrow, things like that. But I want to.
Oh yeah. We're gonna open up the, invite everybody. We're gonna open up the panel like we did on the Patreon. Let people come in. 100 for the 100K celebration and whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna be epic. So I'm trying to skip the line real quick before what I'm saying. So I'm gonna play this joint.
Here, what's your A tier? Top 5 Avengers, right?
And they don't want to look like they don't know what they're talking about by not saying certain names. So I'm like, okay, let me relieve you of that stress.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you listen to? Who do you really, really like?
All right, so okay.
Outside, Pockets of
course.
Is there anybody outside of the typical names, man, that you grew up like really loving and listening to, or even now, who you may be listening to?
I'm the first answer that comes to my mind is somebody that I've just been playing the last month, like meaning like this one song in particular, and it made me dive back into like some of the shit he's been releasing over the years.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be hella left field. But Killah Priest.
Oh, Killah Priest is tough though.
Killah, first of all, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Like Killah Priest, he always been vicious.
Yeah,
but he wasn't a name that I was like necessarily. And shout to Killah Priest because he got a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a YouTube channel. He do his shit like at least I've seen him do some music. I don't know if he still do it, but I've seen him like some talk show type vibe on YouTube months ago.
Killah Priest,
yeah, but he's somebody that's like you respect Killah Priest because you know what he did. On album was that on Woo? Who album was that? Basic Instructions Before Jizza. Was it Jizza album where he basically had the last song, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, Bible or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like I know Killah Priest from there, and then I was a Cannabis fan. Like really big cannabis. Royce the 5'9", that's somebody where it's like, yo, at that era, late 90s, early 2000s, Royce, cannabis. These
Buckingham Palace, that was my shit. I used to know that joint word for word.
God, Buckingham Palace.
Yeah. I love that.
I love that too.
Because you get to hear names, man. Because hip hop thing. Go ahead, please keep going, please.
Remember that thought, but I want to finish my Killah Priest thought, which is like, when we was on that trunk sale tour, going around selling the album out the trunk. I shit you not. Like,
fire, by the way. I love
thank you, bro. For the past, even before the album dropped, 3-4 months before that, I was playing Nothing But Fall Off. Like I kept, all I was wanting to do was like play this album.
I'm gonna build on this tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Yeah. Thanks for that. That's hard. What you want to say about it? You want
to? I had put something in here on
okay.
Like a little Easter egg in here.
Keep going. Keep going.
Right.
I was such a fan, which is a good feeling for myself because not a lot of projects that I drop, you know what I mean, have I been like where it's like I want to just spin them. Sure. You know what I mean? Gotcha. But on the Fall Off particularly, I'm like, oh, that's my favorite rapper again. And I'll get a whole album of that. So I was listening already way before it dropped.
Yeah.
Then after it dropped, we did the trunk sale tour. I was still only playing that album. But YouTube, I told you, was my most used thing. So something came across the algorithm. It was a Killah Priest song. It's called NASA Case. And for some reason, I click random shit on YouTube. You know what I mean? And like I told you in the past, it must be in my algorithm because I've seen a Killah Priest talk show type thing he do on YouTube or whatever. Like I tapped in with him just slightly, like not enough to really see, but just be like, oh, what's Killah Priest doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I seen this thing come up and say Killah Priest NASA Case. When I tell you, I was on this trunk sale tour and I was like, I don't know where the fuck I was, on a bus or was I like in a hotel? I remember New Orleans was like one of the cities, but I played this song. This shit, and he just dropped this. Like whatever day I clicked it, it probably had 1,000 views. Like
when was this?
This was a month ago. This was February.
Oh, okay.
This is February of this year. It's crazy. If y'all did something, if y'all did this song, it would be crazy.
Okay.
Yo, it's called NASA Case.
NASA Case. Okay.
Like
NASA, like
NASA
space program.
I didn't know what the fuck to expect. I just clicked the shit, right?
Right.
It's 9.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let me listen to this shit. Yo, it's like I didn't know what it's written so dense and so it's not a style that's normally the one I gravitate to.
Yeah.
It's super dense. It's super, I'm not even gonna say poetic, it's prose. It's like a book, damn near. This nigga's writing a book.
Wow.
And he's telling this story. And bro, I shit you not. Like I'm listening to it and I'm like, I can't exactly follow what he's talking about. I'm getting enough though to keep me hooked.
Right.
I'm getting enough to be like, yo, what is he talking about? Right.
Yeah.
And it was like Ta-Nehisi Coates got this book. It might be his biggest book. It's called Between the World and Me.
Yeah.
And around that time that book dropped, I was like on a reading kick. I was like actively, it was around the same time I told y'all when I was on the couch watching shows. I'm like, yo, let me like read, nigga. So I read a bunch of books at that time. And the Ta-Nehisi Coates book, because I hadn't been reading it so long, no, that book was actually easy to read. There was a book called Farewell to Arms. It's Ernest Hemingway, another book I read at that time.
Okay.
This shit was so hard for me to read. One of them books, it was either Ta-Nehisi Coates or Ernest Hemingway. Because I hadn't been reading in a while, it was like I had to keep reading sentences over and over. I could tell that this sentence is amazing and this paragraph is amazing, but my mind wasn't in shape for the level of writing that book was.
Yes.
Similarly, when I was playing this Killah Priest song, I'm like, yo, I know he's saying some shit. And I know something amazing is being told, but my mind is not in shape for this type of style, right? I listened to that song, I shit you not, like 9 times in a row. Because every time I listened to it again, the story got clearer and clearer. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, yo, is this nigga an alien? By the time I'm done, like with my 8th, 9th listening, I'm hearing what he's really doing, what he's the concept he's actually doing. And I'm not even gonna spoil it because y'all y'all do the song. When I see the concept he's playing with and I'm listening over and over, I'm like, oh my God, is this nigga from another dimension and he just knows some shit we don't know? So when you say like, yo, it's just like and by the way, he put out a video of, because it popped up on my feed, maybe like 3-4 days ago, he put out a video and I was almost mad because I'm like, nah, people need to like listen to this shit. Like they don't need to be able to see the visual.
Good evening, Commander Priest. This is Helen with Mission Control. All systems are go for tonight's mission. If everything goes according to plan, you'll be back at the space station within 8 hours. Please be safe out there, Commander.
During the space flight, late night, Todd laughed in the Podcraft as we engage heights. All systems go. Bird head to PlayStation. Eye on you. Come in, Squawky Crow. The borough owls are looking good. Look out for further commands. Wingspan. The birds are now in dreamland. How's it out there, Captain? Tell me. Airy. Kinda tired. I could use a coffee from the deli. That's a long way. RSJ. There's no asteroids, Commander. Clear.
I'm here.
Just wanted to show you that love, Priest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, thank you
Everything
so
that's
much.
going on.
Thank you so much. Now I was born, yo. I was like, man, tear almost came to my heart, man. Word. We're gonna come, but tomorrow I want to hear your breakdown. Yeah, I want them to tune in tomorrow. We're gonna sit down. It's gonna be like I guess it's gonna be a Podcraft party, a craft party, celebrating 100K. We're gonna come. Right. We're gonna just do it up, man. But thank you so much for that. That was crazy, man. It still blows my mind, man. We're gonna build. I gotta get out of here now. I told you my time is shit. All right. Peace.
All right. Peace. The one and only Killah Priest. All right. Mikey D and Killah Priest, man. Shout out to Big Veg for connecting us together. You see what I'm saying? And shout out to my sister Jazzy J or something for the culture. You know, I saw, Mikey D over there with her and my brother Doe. It was amazing, phenomenal interview. So I was like, yeah, I gotta get a chance to add on with the God, man. You understand what I'm saying? So a beautiful night, a night of celebration. So if y'all love the Iron Soft, man, if y'all love Killah Priest, man, if y'all could make a short video, everybody who's listening and everybody who will listen, y'all make a little short 10-second, 20-second congratulations video on the 100K milestone and what the Podcraft means to you. You know what I'm saying? What the Podcraft means to you, what Killah Priest means to you. A little short congratulations video. I think he would love it. I think that the Podcraft would love it, seeing people from different places, everybody all over the planet. You understand what I'm saying? So, for the Rocketeers, for the family, for the Podcraft, for the craft room, for everybody who's been around. You've been around for a little bit or a lot of bit. Get a chance to send in those videos. You see what I'm saying? Send in those videos and, let's make it a party. You see what I'm saying? And if you can't make a video, at least come to the Podcraft tomorrow. And, they're going to open up the panel. So hit the link and, show some love. Show some love for wherever you are. Definitely. So I'm going to take this down and we about to do Esoteric News. Shout out to Jody Southworth. You see what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go run up her channel and help her reach a milestone. She gives us amazing content every week, and it's a great opportunity too.
Thursdays and Sundays.
Yeah. Just want to make a quick announcement too, because we get a lot of more subscribers. We're going to be basically, the knowledge is still being there, but we're going to be dealing with a lot of hip hop music. We're going to be moving more into more of the hip hop and more music based for the Podcraft. You know what I'm saying? So talent, and I just want to make that known now that we're not going to be a little spooky. And it'll just be moving towards, and it'll still be there, but we want to move a little bit more towards the music. That's all. And thank you. And Thursdays and Sundays. And Wednesday.
Love
All right. All right, hold on. All right. Yeah, no, I'm just because I got to get ready to pull out of here. All right, yeah. All right, so
see you tomorrow, Lord.
All right, preach.
Peace. like clockwork. I'm telling you. Shout it out, Jazzy J. And Jazzy J is in the audience right now. Make sure y'all go subscribe to her channel and go watch that replay with Mikey D. Was an amazing interview. Very amazing. So shout out to Something for the Culture podcast. All right. So like I said real quick about the videos, if you can do the video, okay, y'all can email me. I'll put my email out here. S.L. Smith is a legend. Shout out to S.L. Smith. So we're about to do some things right here. I'm going to get into the esoteric news. I'm going to put my email out there for y'all to send me the videos so we could put something together. You know, as a thank you. You know, this is a milestone, and we all got here together. You see what I'm saying? We all got here together. And to the new subscribers that's coming in, welcome to the family. Like, share, subscribe, and you know, see what's going on. So you see another shift is, you know, we're getting into the music, getting into the artistry. So the song promotion segment gonna have to be crazy. So let me put that in there as well. So I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna hear from my esoteric correspondent, Jody Southward.
This is Jody with your weekly video on the Esoteric News, where ancient knowledge meets current events. What if aliens aren't just beings from distant planets, but conscious entities guiding humanity's spiritual evolution? What if UFO encounters aren't just sightings in the sky, but awakenings of the soul? Well, today we explore the fascinating and controversial intersection of spirituality and extraterrestrial intelligence. From interdimensional beings to cosmic consciousness, from ancient wisdom to modern encounters, this is where science, mysticism, and the unknown collide. When most people hear the word alien, they think of spacecrafts, a metal ship, and biological creatures from distant galaxies. But in spiritual circles, the idea goes much deeper. Aliens are often seen as advanced conscious beings, interdimensional intelligences, spiritual guides assisting humanity. Instead of traveling across space, they may be traveling across dimensions of consciousness. This perspective suggests reality itself is layered, like frequencies on a radio, and these beings exist on channels we're only beginning to perceive. Within New Age spirituality, extraterrestrials are often described as benevolent, highly evolved beings. Some of the most commonly mentioned include Palladians, which I've done a video on before, so I'll be sure to put the link in the description box. But they are said to come from the Pallades star cluster, often described as human-like, compassionate, and focused on love and healing. Nordic, tall, luminous beings associated with wisdom, peace, and advanced spiritual knowledge. And there's also Arcturians, which are highly evolved entities believed to exist in higher dimensions, often connected to healing and energetic technology. Finally, there's the Greys. Now, we're talking about the spiritual interpretations. While often portrayed as cold or clinical, some believe they are involved in genetic or conscious evolution experiments. In this framework, aliens are not invaders. They're guides helping humanity awaken, nudging us beyond materialism towards a deeper understanding of reality. Another powerful idea is that aliens aren't traveling from distant planets at all. They are already here, not just in our dimension. These interdimensional entities are believed to exist beyond the limits of space and time, appear and disappear at will, defying known laws of physics. This could explain why UFOs move impossibly fast, vanish instantly, and seem to phase in and out of reality. Some researchers suggest that these encounters are less about outer space and more about inner perception. For some groups, alien contact isn't just theory, it's the foundation of their belief systems. So, let's take a few moments to talk about a couple notable movements. Number one is the Esoteric Society. This was founded in the 1950s. It teaches that extraterrestrials are cosmic masters guiding humanity towards peace and enlightenment. And then there's realism, which is an interesting topic for a few reasons, one of them being their cloning experiments. But that's not what we're talking about in this video. Anyways, realism believes that humans were created by advanced extraterrestrials called the Elohim, blending science, cloning, and spirituality. These movements reflect a powerful idea that salvation or evolution may not come from within, but from the stars. At the heart of alien spirituality is a profound belief that everything is connected. Humans, aliens, stars, and consciousness itself, all part of a universal intelligence. This idea echoes ancient traditions, like Hinduism concepts of Brahman, indigenous beliefs in spirit-filled nature, and mystical teachings of unity and oneness. In this view, aliens are not other. They are another expression of the same cosmic consciousness. Not everyone sees alien encounters as benevolent or even real in the literal sense. There's spiritual skepticism. Some religious perspectives interpret these beings as deceptive entities, demonic forces in disguise, and tests of faith or illusion. Also, there's the psychological view. Scholars suggest UFO beliefs may function like modern mythology, replacing angels with aliens, replacing heaven with advanced civilizations, providing meaning in a vast, impersonal universe. Interestingly, though, many who report encounters describe deep emotional shifts, heightened empathy, and spiritual awakenings. Regardless of origin, the impact is undeniably real. Here's where things get really fascinating. Many experiencers say the encounter wasn't about technology at all. It was about consciousness, expansion, telepathic communication, and a sense of unity and love. Almost like a mystical experience, similar to deep meditation, near-death experiences, or even psychedelic journeys. So the question becomes, are aliens advancing our technology or our awareness? Aliens may be physical beings from distant stars, or projections of consciousness, or even something far beyond our current understanding. But one thing is certain. They challenge us to rethink who we are, what reality is, and whether we are truly alone in the universe. Maybe the real encounter isn't with aliens, but with a deeper layer of existence itself. And maybe we're the ones evolving into something otherworldly. So, that's it for today's video. As always, I hope you found it entertaining, enlightening, or in some way beneficial. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with a friend or two. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.
So like, share, subscribe, run it up. The mods in the building. Please share the channel. I'm going to share the channel right now. If you're new here, go subscribe, okay? Go subscribe. Show some love. Amazing work. She has a ton of videos over there. They all are thought-provoking on one level or another. Masterful, 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 okay? So go ahead and subscribe, okay? Subscribe. Next Wednesday and the following Wednesday, we got the Low Life crew coming on Love and Loyalty Weekend 2026, April the 17th through the 19th. So we're going to have everybody that we can that's involved with this weekend that they bring every year. It's the 6th annual one. Come down to the Low Zone. If you're in Florida, come to Orlando, okay? Come to Orlando, April the 17th through the 19th. It's going to be epic. You know, getting all of the people together. I went last year. It was overwhelming. It was overwhelming amount of love and loyalty. You see what I'm saying? So the 8th and the 15th, we will definitely have that popping. So everybody and their mother going to be up in here. So it's going to be a low life 2-week dedication. You see what I'm saying? And then the event. So definitely it's going to be something very, very epic. So shout out to the Low Life General Thurston Howe III and the entire team and the Low Lives all over the planet. So it's going to be definitely something for you to tune in. The 8th and the 15th. And on the 22nd, we will have Queen Neftali back in the building. Queen Neftali, the young earth creationist, will be giving us a presentation on the age of the earth from the biblical, from the scientific, from the archaeological perspective, right here. Y'all remember her here coming last time. It was amazing. She was teaching us about the Canaanites and everything. So now we get another aspect in regards to that. And I think it's going to be epic, going to be dope. So the 22nd. So the next 3 weeks are already lined up, okay? Already lined up in regards to shows and a lot of things that are happening. So tomorrow, y'all heard it from Killah Priest himself. If you celebrate, you know what I'm saying, the 100K party. You understand what I'm saying? And for those who've been around since the beginning, you know how important that is. You know how important that is to reach this particular milestone and then continue to go and continue to grow. So There's nothing like a salute in that regard. So again, those videos, if you can, please email me. I'll put my email address up there as well. And don't forget to subscribe to Jody's channel here. Put that up real quick. And continue to stay tuned in. So there's a lot of things happening. So stay tuned in. And let me put the link for the song promotion segment. Shout out to Architect D and the family. If you want to get your music heard and seen by people from around the world, that is definitely the avenue of approach as well. So we go to that real quick. Real quick. All right, so let me put that in the chat real quick. And let me just go to the website so y'all can see it. So this is the website. You can send a super chat, song promotion, calendar, blog, merchandise, whatever you want to get. You understand what I'm saying? So you can stay up to date on what's going on. It appears here. Got the show schedule, everything like that. So if you're artist, producer, and you want to get your voice heard or your beats heard and get live promotion and live feedback, you can fill out the form that's on this site and make the investment in yourself and in your artistry and your production and share it with the world. So shout out to Architect D, aka AD, for putting this together and putting it out there too. So if you're an artist and you want to get your message heard, your music heard, and you want live feedback on it, you can do so here. If you're a supporter and you want to show some love, you can send a super chat. Send the super chat. Show y'all that real quick. And, show that love. Merch. Get your merch over here. You understand what I'm saying? You can wear more Killah Priest. You know what I'm saying? You can wear more Killah Priest right here. Get your merch. So if you have the merch and you're making the video, put the merch on in the video. Put the merch on in the video and show some love. This is a great opportunity to show that love. You know what I'm saying? So do it. Do what you got to do. And that's it. That is it. All right. So I'm going to play a couple of joints. I was going to delve into some things tonight, but we're going to do it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I'll play a couple of joints and get up out of here. Thank y'all. Thanks to Mikey D. Thanks to Big Veg. Thanks to Jazzy J or something for the culture. Thanks to the Iron Soft for hip hop, the alien and hip hop Killah Priest. You know what I'm saying? And the whole team, Royal Priesthood, Royal Priesthood. You know what I'm saying? So continue to be great and share what you love with who you love and continue to fly on that rocket. You see what I'm saying? So with that, it's been your brother Knowledge Born Alive, Royal Priesthood Wednesdays. See you back here next Wednesday for this segment, but see you tomorrow at the regularly scheduled Podcraft. All right. Peace, y'all.
Good evening, Commander Priest. This is Helen with Mission Control. All systems are go for tonight's mission. If everything goes according to plan, you'll be back at the space station within 8 hours. Please be safe out there, Commander.
During the space flight, late night, Todd laughed in the Podcraft as we engage heights. All systems are go. Bird head to PlayStation. Eye on you, come in, squawk and crow. The borough owls are looking good. Look out for further commands, wingspan. The birds are now in dreamland. How's it out there, Captain? Tell me. Eerie, kinda tired, I could use a coffee from the deli. That's a long way, RSJ. There's no asteroids, Commander. Clear, I'll reach back in 7 hours. Now I'm about to get some winter beer. Goodbye, ducks, his eyes shut all his gears, put himself in auto steer through the spheres.
Godspeed, Commander.
Turbulence, rumbling, all systems go. Get up quick, crew grab control. Hold, levels up, the ship turns sideways. Gaze the nebula, it's beautiful. Alarms ringing, horn shouting, sprinklers go off. The god is rerouting, the crew shouting, trying to keep balance. A great explosion's the silence.
Mission Control to Priest, this is NASA. Can you hear me? Come in, Priest. We're losing your signal.
I can't tell if he's still or moving. Space woman of the crew screams. Our voice cups as we split up. I'm being pulled by this blue beam. Consciousness losing, but I got my camera on me. Suddenly I get a feeling so soothing. At the same time, remembering to put my camera on 4D. It's foggy. In the planes, I see something I couldn't explain. It's strange, it looks like an object from World War III. I put my camera to my face and try to adjust the lens. Just then, I was ushered in by this warm gust of wind. Eerie light storms, alien life forms touched my skin. I felt quite calm, a part of me trusted them. I stopped struggling, they showed me a life without suffering. Worlds without wars, no threats, no clashing of swords. They gave me a pill with this liquid that began to heal chronic illness and sickness. Seven sealed, the will within the will quickened. We went up and over, felt the rush, higher, lower. They started speaking, I understood in English. There stood this tiny alien next to an 8-footed phoenix, next to an 8 with goat horns. They spoke on photons and protons, and how ancient life prolonged, how life existed with the Dogon. Showed me the difference between the blizzard and the snowstorm. Molten glass so strong, and molten iron pouring through Orion, raining on the planets. On my knees praying, start saying all commandments. They said start standing, we have the cure for all disease, hatred and famine. Let us all take a seat, we're preparing for landing. Repairing what's damaged, body tissue, mental issues, depression, infections, affection, corrections, new directions, no addiction, prescriptions, more wisdom, inner vision. Save the children. We landed on the planet, looked abandoned, but beautiful, lots of canyons, trees with fruit for food, and good to eat. The day was cool, another ship landed. They bring one of my crew, space woman out. It feels like deja vu, on this planet that's new, and even from the Milky Way too. The alien said, you are us, and we are you. We came from the dust, small as particles. My space woman running closer and closer. They said, let us give you one more jewel. They said man is intelligence, and this particular ship is made from one of your elements. We are known as the Yahwehs, the Ancient of Days, and this ship is made from clay. We have an experiment, we want y'all to stay. We felt it's not good for you to be alone, so we brought your space woman, flesh of your flesh, bone of your bone. There's also other beings here, from distant planets. They built kingdoms here, so you're not left stranded. Follow not their ways, the Yahweh's commanded. Cause you know what happened before, it'll do damage. Now, just give names to everything. As they stood before me, they transform into balls of flames. All to be fruitful and multiply. As they got back in their ships, flew into the sky. At the same time, the space woman arrived. She asked Captain, what happened? I shipped the explosion that moment. Contact with no one back then. She said I was led up this golden path by this soft light. Then on a ship with a staff, winged beautiful beings. Said they was from the Nile Valley of kings and queens. The things around me got cloudy, their voices distorted. Something Elohim. It felt godly at the start. Then they named themselves after body parts. They said the galaxies was like the arteries, he was the heart. They said they were responsible for man's greatest art, and the pyramids. And the ship I was in, they called Man's Rib. Then I passed out and we landed.
Commander, wake up. Someone is approaching the ship.
Wow, did you see that? We both turned back. It was a man with the mask of a cat. We both shocked. You speak English? I find it convenient. Most of us do, being from Venus. Let me ask you, did you meet the ape and the phoenix and the little genius? Did they sell you game and a meaning? Welcome to my place, it's called Eden. Y'all should feel safe. I'll be back to talk this evening. They'll be back probably beginning of the weekend. Y'all should know that they visit frequent. I'm just an old cat, headed to my kingdom. 7,000 years passed since we saw the beings last. This not Earth, time moves fast. Planted trees, fertilize the grass. Cool of the day, check the windcast. Then in the air, something moved like it's clay spinning fast. The Yahwehs came, they called my name, then explained that we must not exchange knowledge with the other people. We are not the same. They were already here. Y'all came from the spheres with new ideas. They made themselves clear.
Carefully chosen priest, not disappoint.
I told them about the man that we met. Wore a hat like a cat. They asked, come again, what was that? We said that was years ago. We're at near that tree where the 5 rivers flow. They stepped back as the doors open on a UFO. Any contact with this cat, you should let us know. We'll be back in 100 years to see how things go. In fact, to remember we were here, we'll leave a rainbow. Alert as we ever been. I wrote my name in the dirt. Space Woman did the same, she wrote Evelyn. I said Evelyn, I call you Ev. Then named myself one of the elements, then went to bed. Woke up in the morning and saw snakeskin shed. The cat came back, take off the cat mask. At last he will reveal himself, gorilla help. A shiny ass brick fruit in his hand. Ninja boots he stands, within the group to advance. I see you met the cat. The serpent said, we are all the beings in the zodiac. You are visitors, I have trivias. Taurus and the goat, Egyptian gods from far. For instance, from a distance, Horus scopes, Abraxas rooster crow. This wall fragment uses codes, those thoughts. On course, north, east, west, south. Past and present event reports. Acronym for newspaper, figured out. Another story for the winged people. Saga, the Naga, Nada, Kabbalah. Or the itsy bitsy spider up the water spout. The mothership returned with a couple concerns. They landed about dusk to discuss what we learned. It was 3 of them and 3 of us. The snake said, I'm glad we meeting up. They faced red as the evening shut. The snake asked, had you told them how the knowledge was lost? They said no. Well, I'm here for support. They wouldn't know good and evil unless it was taught. It's a diet. Try it. Here's a spoon for resource. Now stir it in courage with the tuning fork. The spoon and the fork, that's food for thought. She said that was good and gave some to me. I listened to this knowledge too, how bad could it be? This food for thought, now we both can see. I'm 6 foot, she's 5'3", we tall as trees. The alien said, Pa. Pa replied to Messa. Messa said they're like one of us gods. Then Tanya said they must leave our yard. The knowledge that you feed off, you now starve. At odds, we all learned their names. Winds blew, thunder, then it rained. They commanded all 3 of us be banished. The snake and me and my companion. Raining blood in the place was the name as the same as the God that was blaming us. Messa and Pa and Tanya, in the gods we trust. Plus, this yard was named after us, Mesopotamia. Other gods named Ka, Ra, and Af came in their place after they left. We said their names, but replaced it. Af, Ra, Ka, ascending master. Neutrons, quarks, but atom was the mineral I named myself after. Allegory, subliminals is the original chapter. The scattered, it's the writer's with. In the land of kings between the Euphrates, too wavy, and the Tigris, the Woos KP. For the spirit of the living creatures were in the wheels. The wheels lifted up, the doors were sealed shut. They said, let us build. When the creatures went, the wheels went by them. I was in deep suspense and gliding 2 billion miles away. Clouds begin to fade, I'm in the horizon. We flying, way beyond science. Stars in alignment, Mars and Orion. Through the fog where the guards camouflage. Cameras off as we climbing. Lights are soft in this climate. I see the likes of Thoth and the Mayans. On course, caught up in the diamond. It was infused in a huge cube, crystal quartz that was shining. And when the living creatures spoke to me, the wheels spoke. And whenever the creatures turned, the wheels followed. They were really fast, the wheels slow. Like candles lit in the cosmos, like they dance with a glow. Moving camps in the road. A hand from the burning lamp hands me a scroll. The language looked ancient. It was burned in a stone. Parts were still on fire. I blew on it, but it wouldn't go out. Even waved it, tried to smother it, shake it, still wouldn't go out. The stone became a scroll. The words filled my mouth, feeling awakened. Hypnagogic, darkness slipped the conscious. Hypnopompic, conflict, sleep paralysis. Reach from a calculus, speak to an alchemist. 24 seats of astrologists. Tell the priest where the balance is. Out-of-body experiences. UFO Negro. Neo Soul was Angie Stone. D'Angelo, Lauren Maxwell. To listening to Jordan Maxwell. Illuminati 666. Anthony Hilda, humanity killed us. Society's anxieties, unfamiliar with real love. Back to the 4 creatures with the will above. Beelzebub, get bail his blood. Little children, call them kids to sacrifice. There are no feelings. Project builders, watch how they act tonight. Between the cherubims, just ahead was paradise. The seraphim serpent wore a turban with sapphire and agonite. Nazarites aborted the wheel and left the wheel. Counter right, then up the left. Steps going clockwise. Down the light, up the ladder, and counterclockwise. Eastward to the south side. Northwards towards the orbs. Their wings stretched outward. The wheels spoke at the same time. The creature's wings all combined, forming a spine. No man know the day nor the time. Then I sped up real fast, so fast I became a gas. A wind, a breath into this glass. Circling and circling, open the windows of the craft. Stardust was coming in, feathers, pressure of the draft. Flash at peace at last. From the synagogue to the mosque back to Nassau. I told my story, they erased my name. Now from society I'm blackballed.
I'm going to play you a healing music from the Holy Land. The first part has a tear to it. Let that tear flow through your entire being and wash gently but effectively the causes of all pain, all constrictions, all barriers to communication, and make room for the second part, the celestial rhythm. And this celestial rhythm will create harmony from within yourself. So just all you have to do is just to listen to this and just relax.
Yeah, spinning around, balance from out the Merkaba, pure form, priest. Okay. A circle of virtue, 432 hertz of woo, horizontal, vertical, personal view, spinning like I earth move. The first jewel, the universe is you, external, internal, my best journal, inferno. It's gonna burn, turning for eternal, engulfed in the cloak of light. Tell my story in glory, ultra bright. I'm Yoda when I write, the rotor within the axle, the bearing with the inlining, the tires of fire, driven by Messiah, steering wheels of 7 seals, the whole heaven kneels. It gives my soul a pleasant feel, though I do it for the precious thrill, and all the legends dead in fields. They know when I flow, Armageddon's real. My armor is shredded steel, holding weapons, a double-headed dragon on my shield. The golden shepherd, in the midst of explosive wreckage, billions of volts flowing through each record. I call each rhyme I write the electric bill, full of enlightenment. Plus I make MC exciting. I'm rare, when you see me it's a sighting. Like Bigfoot or the pyramid books. Lost periods of Kush. Paintings reveal how Assyrians look. Name the flame that appeared in the bush. See my Musa. 6-winged beings, seraphims, Elohims. Berry kings, sister Holocene. Carry the genes of rulers. Marry the queens of Sumer. The chariot rings are super. They swing low, sweet like treats. For the nation of kings and priests. See the message, but they quiet like tweets. From green lizards to Leviathan's teeth. From streams to rivers to rhymes of the beach. That's why I'm unique. Yeah. Priest is in rare form. I'm in pure form. G-Force. AABR. Above and beyond rap.
I mean, I was always fascinated by the mystics of alchemy, the legends. Johannes Trithemius, Bernard Trevisan, Carl Jung, Manly P. Hall. But I never thought I'd be time traveling. I never thought I'd be locked in this zone. According to the orders of Melchizedek, priest, bring me back, 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 bring me back. First station, before the earth creation and the birth of nations. When the feather serpents worked with Satan, the wormholes gigantic. Before thermodynamics, the eternals were planning. Within the conjugation of the mighty, 24 heads elongated in the psyche. And my thoughts on space evaporates at a rapid pace. A ghostly coyote on a never-ending rapid chase. Matter shapes, the blackness gapes. Wait, saw the flying disc shine. This time, don't stop the tape. The ones that call themselves the watchers spake. They conjugate, they conversate in psalms and lightning and storms. The divine sovereign council in glory lay down ground rules as they delegate. 12 nagas like helicopters, feathers like propellers, each a color of the chakras, spinning towards the nebula. The craft mother moving clockwork out in the interstellar. Deepest students at Oxford and talking to fortune tellers. My very foundation and pillar of existence is in questioning of natural physics. What have I actual witness? That they really measure time and not distance. A light year is the total distance the light appears to here in 1 year from the spheres in 1 year's time. But it disappeared light years before humankind. The moving eye only see the illusion of its shine. Simplicity is a clever disguise, worn by the most profound, mysterious questions. Why? Can you number the sands on the beach or the stars in the sky? To understand, Killah Priest is to go inside. Go inside. Go inside. Painted snakes on their tomb walls. Waves at night, the moon draws. Flames ignite. Canaanites build a huge ball and statues through their halls. Sumer put up Shumgal. Vadum to voodoo dolls. I fine tune, high noon. You'll never find another like Blue Ross. Passing through the waterless places, seeking rest. Sleep is just one of the phases. More or less, death is a concept for stages. I poured my best into the context of the pages. You choose the Wizard of Oz or Wisdom of God. I write with cans, the sleight of hands, the lyrics of cards. For the hearts, 8 are diamonds. I jack a queen, my ace deuce look fly on my head as it lean. Vodka and club soda, where mobsters rub shoulders. Show some love. He sent me a bottle over, throw him in the rug. $100 to the chauffeur, owe him a hug. High waters and penny loafers, shiny socks. Wherever I step, I light a box. Looking for Billy? Nah, I'm looking for a millie. Don't be silly. Take them rocks off, knocking them socks off. Eye into your mouth, give you lockjaw. Turn the place red like it's hot sauce. Names get marked off. A flame that spark bores, and I got a lot more bars. I had to get it off my chest. Good night, y'all. It's God in the living flesh. Lyricist, 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 lyricist.
It's dawning, I'm just walking, I start jogging towards the bus. I just finished performing. A wind picks up, all of a sudden without warning. Felt cold and electric, unexpected, I'm breathless. I stopped and I rested, I'm feeling congested. There's something ultra bright, unzip the night, impressive. No talking without warning, the ground began falling. Spinning, downward fast, I went up forward. My Nikes and legs was above the Milky Ways. Going up faster, straight, but I tilt the waves. At first I saw trees, plants, and dirt. Now I'm staring at the whole planet Earth. Its shape begin to vanish as I'm still in this transit. No traffic, guess it's the magic of the universe. The womb for birth, taking the passage beyond Jupiter. Beings with the appearance of lightning, fearless like lions. Roar with their white wings, held the sword of diamonds. A voice from the council of the cosmos. These were the voices of the god souls and dark holes. These are the voyages, a large roll, a large roll. The large roll swole, another voice behold. These are the lost scrolls written on Mars gold. Ham radio or NASA with their Mars code. Couldn't pick me up or contact me. I'm gone from family, I'm gone from humanity. I'm beyond our galaxy, so long I'm gone beyond where the forces are strong. Weak force, nuclear force, and gravity. Speed picking up rapidly. As the beast in front was letting me go, the beast on my side was grabbing me. And the beast that was last was passing us three. In a vehicle that was the color of beryl. The same vehicle they seen when they discovered the pharaohs. Like a time machine, one was green, the other was yellow. From times they shine their beams on queens and brothers in ghettos. It's a sign they mean destruction for devils. Get up on the level. Through a fine mist, it seemed that construction was metal. Our shuttles shuffle. I tried to speak through pockets, my voice echoed and muffled. Barely can hear myself here, just my thoughts. But these guys can talk. We warp as space shatters. Accelerate these beams spake, mighty and great. They can't articulate, gather, intake data. As they gathered, their face was magma. Their body was clear like mirrors or a lake. Their appearance and their shape. But as they conversate, they create this concentrate matter. They would come into and fro through this gaping amber. Thousands up and down, they call it Jacob's ladder. They would come in slow but go out faster. Verse 6 in the book of Job, first chapter. We searched this from the shining wheel. A voice said these are those who goes to and fro. That visited man in his dream called the place the Pine Hill. In his vision he swings, wrestles with the celestials. Ingenuous schemes, tricked his brothers, mixed the others. Because I carve with the mother. One should be stronger than the other. Their roles were switched because of supper. The oldest sold his gift because he suffered in hunger. Then we enrolled into this flowing disc to the upper. In the silence of the presence, in the mountains of the heavens. The legends, the gods that were crowned with the sevens. I count 11, and one was headed down to tell a woman she is now pregnant. I saw the sun's renown, and these were the ones that found the women on the earth beautiful and precious, and want to leave them with a child. Like Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson 5's first recorded song. I'm glad to be doing it off this beat. Directorate for the scientific and technical intelligence. The case that's federal. Extraterrestrials with melanin. Had life for bodies and quartz for skeletons that lit up like a torch, angelic to them. The god El and his hosts in a carousel that floats like a sailing boats left a trail of smoke. Very skeptical. COINTELPRO with their telescopes held info. Behind the velvet rope, a cult intro. Temples is where they swear they oath. Behind windows, laboratories, they comparing notes on the insult. Insult when you call them ghosts. Brush it off as a hoax. Encounters been that close. Investigation, defense intelligence agencies, activities supported from the Navy and Haiti. Foreign assessment, external research, pre-Earth, investigation on the Stargates, NASA case. Black Panthers, the Ansar weights. Plant-based, then we start from apes. Black Israelite camp said Judah is our race. Seas were abandoned, stranded, the Clarence became our parent. Wrote mathematics like the 10 Commandments. Handed over to Moses like it was written on a tablet. Then they gave us mafia. Excuse me, the Egyptian ma'at for you. From the 50s they've been watching us. Paranormal activities. No stand together on the corners. Coon is what they used to call us. That's indigenous. We were here before the citizenships came and said they delivered us. You said we were kings, now you're witnessing it. The Greeks kept records and they keep records of all of this. So reach high and ball your fist. I might just get with the tribe and call a diss from the sky. I'm there when you close your eyes, I'm black. The spook that sat in the back. I'm not the dove, I'm the bat. I'm scary black. I'm the original man, you should be frightened. You all get quiet when I come around, and I love it. it's the covenant. When it's dark, I turn out the lights. I love when it's night, brother in white. Triple stages, I live through the ages, hence the greatest. I'm the ghost that's present when they start shouting in church. I'm the voodoo man, boosted by the collar, blood on my shirt. Chicken bones, gizzards, a broom, 2 fishes. One eye closed, wide nose, nighttime fly with crows. Solitary, I'm with the buffalo and rhino. Carousel within the Ferris wheel. Reports from Paris, saying the chariots carried winged snakes like electric eels. Anomalous phenomenon. A large disc guards his ships during Ramadan. Parapsychological, biophysical vehicles. Moves around like a pendulum, invisible, then invisible. It's 10 of them, individual, so visual, identical. New York reports from Skylab, Apollo Gemini 3 in the sky, triad. Then it happened again, without warning. All of a sudden, an interruption. There's a discussion of second coming, magnetic fluxion. Clouds disappear to nothing. Burning angels, winged people, all gathered to go down and meet a man they call Ezekiel. They said, come. Yeah, J5, MJ, greatest. KP, gotta do this for you. They were ancient and flaming, pointed down towards Sodom. Fire started raining. The one they call a high priest said he's headed to Canaan. The wise chief and them called a divider of language. They were headed towards the tower, war for power. Battle with King and Nimrod, said he's the wing god. Flowers. Fire worshippers, Abraham followed Abraxas, Sax, priests, honorable and hollow words. Same word, sages of the ages, and prophets, Coptic, Gnostics, and apostles heard. And those sinning, unfinished, now it's written in the ribbon, and held by 4 swallow birds. Beneath Abraxas practice, in the blackness, seance, each one of my classics. Burn a candle to Anu with bottled myrrh, and Quetzalcoatl and herbs. Preach the novel in the marble been heard. A gold icon of Basilides of Alexandria. They sold to Italy from a palace out in Zambia. Stole from Sicily, Africa towers over Pangea. Amateur, reaching for my pleroma. Deep sleep and yoga. Psyches like the Pisces of Jonah. Tertullian, so I get the nutrients and come out of Nubian. I'm not talking about the ancient Natufians or hooligans when I'm putting out something new again. Let LF tell her death. Me, I'm an embellish on the angelic. Holding the mic like a relic. Last one left. Priest and purpose. Living footprints deep in the surface. Enough to be called a crater. Meditating in the Tibetan Hall in Asia. We all evolve from nature. The ink shooting out my pen like flaming balls hitting my paper. I grab the dark horns of archons and star forms. The bars drawn to give you Mars floors to walk on. Epiphanius, Arrhenius, Hippolytus, sit by fire, different writers sniffing coke. Who's the most highest? Baptizer, Holy Ghost. Santa Morte, Phantom in all gray, stands in the hallway, head of a ramp with hands on your grave. Purpose, let the chords play. Priest never had an off day. Never let my sword lay, so all pray. Work from the bottom like Noah. Meditate, I slip into a coma till I reach my pleroma. Of remorse and confusion at equal measure. As I return to my throne with my foot on the black stone with Hebrew letters. Silence swallows my courts. The justice becomes stiff as a corpse. As the weight of my words sit in their thoughts. Priests of infinite force. Their faces etched with questions. Then shook like an etch-a-sketch. Out the text, how did he resurrect? I'm out of the second death. The house of Melchizedek. Not dying, just held my breath. Start climbing from hell steps. The gravity of the situation began to settle. They said horrified, he's in the skin of the devil. An eerie suspense West, East discovery echo. Chambers of whispered fears and fractured stories of my missing years. Now I'm back on glory. The enigmatic writing with the tip of a lightning is frightening. In my textbook that death put with hearses, writing fork green verses and red hooks. Inside of my Bed-Stuy bars, it's all shots. I found skills in Brownsville, wall to wall with ops. More things I jot, more things to watch. From the task push to Flatbush, the ring around the block, all the hood flicks and Bushwick. It's like I wrote with a bullet. From my memoirs gun, triggers, ideas pulled it. The results unschooled the reality. Sun Tzu's mentality, this kung fu that balanced me. The T makes me the Alpha Omega MC. I died laughing, attended my own funeral, left wine glasses, shedding tears of joy like weddings. In the atmosphere near destroyed, my index on Jesus' death. Till I get my point across, took the stride of torrents, trying to wipe the anointing off. Lamps with no oil, y'all vessels for the devil. Throw shade, roll over in your grave, I got the shovel. My face in the tarot. Read your palm, see the storm, escape from the ghetto. Where the air thick as a pair of griffins. Above the stained glass window sitting. Angels clash in my writtens. There's blood, painting, ashes in my scriptures. Back off, this ain't what you asked for, it's forbidden. You don't need a passport, all you need is a thought, it's cemented. Dimensions, you're going in and coming out every sentence. Peace to Kai Zodiac, Starback Ascension. Priesthood recordings, standing ovation, the whole nation. I can see Julius Caesar applauding. The search now through purple clouds. Shout out to Thurston Howe, polo shirts through power. Our sounds roar across. Ralph Lauren, behold a pale horse. Young men that fell court. Some sell, some snort, some nail to the cross, while others make bail. That's jail in New York, in every city, state, and every coast. Though there's plenty ways to never choke. Never choke.
It's the mark of movie.
Shit. Nah. Love the Royal Priesthood. Mark of Buddha. Sekou the Madman. Killah Priest. 4th Chambers, 4th Fuji. This beat sound like something I wear. You dig? Yo, hold on my people, why you walking around like you equal? They wrote you in as 3/5, what we gon' do about this? Talk too much, you end up like Jimi Hendrix in 27 Club. You want that knowledge, well I'm the plug. Knowledge itself is the drug, and I keep dropping the nugs. Culture pushing, wisdom spitting, pimping simpletons into listening. Yawning while you spewing fiction. I can feel the tensions in your intentions. I wonder if that's Johnson heaven. If God is white, why he write that bronze was the sun? They give us reparations, that's when the apocalypse begun. Yeah. Red rhyme, okay. Red rhyme, better rhyme. Grab your guns, daughters and sons. Wasn't long ago when they had us hung. Blood on the leaves, frontal crumbled in between. Exhale from my ancestors that prevailed. We inhale, so we inhale, dodging death every day. Just happy I'm here to tell the tale. Meanwhile, y'all with the pigs and them tattletales. I'ma just be a scientist if it all fails. Mixing chemicals like a cocktail. My trees smell like it's from the tropical. So not for sale, never settle. Follow the tears on the trail. Nah.
That whole African American thing is to omit. You see, the indigenous black man of this particular land. When we brought the African American term, we cut out all of the Caribbean, all of South America, all of Latin America. This is another way to to reclassify you, you see what I'm saying, outside of power.
We got blacks, whites, brown and yellow. We got red, those with dreads found from the ghetto. We got bullet-led and misled, the smile of the devil. On the face of the moon, heart pound like a rebel. Hear the sound on the metal. War in Iraq, 6 feet underground with the shovel. All over the map, the Bible said signs of the time. The Torah said that's your God, not mine. The Holy Quran says it's all Allah design. The Buddhist says let's meet at the shrine. Thou shalt not eat of the swine. That you is the cut, sure as blue as the blood. Kill a priest in the temple, Nehru is the love.
That's a political move that was put in by the government to break you down to this subclass, you see, and not be a world community. So to call you an African American is to disconnect you from that global community and that great diaspora that we were talking about. So that's a political move. Yes, come on. The average Native American was this brother's complexion at the turn of the century. Now when you say Native American, it's some white person with a feather in his hair.
Each team has its own character and properties. What is the purpose of breeding? These many keys are grown in nature, all of them. Is there a discernible difference? Yes, once you learn this, you can tell the difference between the teams. But the way I see it is, the tea doesn't judge itself. It's people that judge its grade. Different people choose different things.
Yo, I sip tea with big leaves between thick trees. Feel the wind breeze that brung in bees. Stare at the blue sea, karate gi, also Bruce Lee. My dragon fist extends from out my sleeve like a kung fu movie. Flipping over their bullets while they spray their Uzi. Chopsticks for sushi, drop kicks Suzuki's. Charm Lang and Susie, the area look bougie. Built like a temple oriental. Let me tell a story simple. The sky's a stormy, rain pouring gentle. The more she pulls towards me, the more it's mental. Fist of the North Star, kiss of a soft throb, rosy dimples. A mist in the courtyard, bowling issues. Her robe has symbols, shows she's Hindu. Kicks from Kenya. Anything I miss, shall I continue? In the spring, the spider is the fly's fate. I train by 8, the crane and the snake. I learn from mistakes, I earn my plate. Can't burn my faith, I'm unconcerned with waste. And bloodlines with negative traits. You damn mountain to practice human balance. I move in silence. My greatest challenge till I move back to Shaolin. With this tea is Darjeeling. It helps with music talent. And if your mood is violence, it's just smooth as violence. The crown jewel, black tea, relax me. A bluish island, they put me up on per urn. You don't stir, just let it sit, frankincense and myrrh. I prefer the expert nuts and herbs. Make rhymes with energy words. Wait on waiters to serve. Never let peace be disturbed. My third eye's like the beat of the bird that screech, observe. Never peek even though your destiny's reached. With rap, I'm a geek, a nerd. Strange happenings at the creek occurred. They said a beast emerged. The sky left the streaks, the streets with herds. All this sipping my tea. All this written by me. P-R-I-E-S-T. On my T-bird. On my T-bird. On my T-bird. On my T-bird. On my T-bird.
Tell them, no matter what you do, just do and stay true. No matter what you do, just do and stay true. No matter what you do, just do and stay true. The American saga, straight from the root.
Yeah, American saga, more like a tribal chief.
4 chambers in the heart, that's a Bible priest. It's the high cerebral spinal piece. Sword in the middle of the night, chest boxing them a psychic thief. Smoking mirrors just to reflect, no I'm too high to reach. Dirty so I toss the last gun, say my final piece. Kai Zodiac, last up is the final feast. Got 1,000 MCs stuck inside my teeth. 5'9", got 50 cents like a half a bill. Went through my ghost stage, no I don't need a master kill. Bust the cap into their yo, oh that's a daffodil. Genius out the bottle, they could wish and never master skills. Sway the universe, let the mannequin still. Solar radio quando, rapping roundhouse kicks. God, you don't make you God. Woo sign with my wrist connected. Resurrected like a remix to resurrect.
A spoonful of whole boy, spoonful of dope. Shorty choked on the opioid, going down his throat. His fam on his bed, start hoping he don't broke. Stop taking this hip hop.